Hello, everyone, and welcome to our last game of our Extra Life event, in which we are doing TTRPGs for Extra Life. If you type exclamation point Extra Life or exclamation point donate in the chat, you can see the information. We are so close to our goal of Spooky 666. But yeah, so if you enjoy what we do here, feel free to donate. The donate link will be up for a while, so we'll probably shout it out still. But yeah, hi. I will be running a Tales from the Loop game today. I am Dustin at GeoNerd, and I will be the GM. And before we get into sort of talking about Tales from the Loop, we'll go around and introduce our characters and our players. And we will start with Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara at YarnQuester on Twitter, and I am playing Ramona Estelle today. She is the rocker for this one. Air guitar.
Next up, we have Bean.
I am Bean. I am playing Max Shea, and she is a computer geek.
And Megan.
Hi, I'm Megan at MeganLynFTW on Twitter. I am playing Ashley Shea, who is the popular kid.
And last but not least, Nicholas.
Yeah, I'm Niklas Nyvinter at Twitter, sometimes on Twitch, and I will be playing Todd Paxton, weirdo.
I love the weirdos. All right, so an overview of Tales from the Loop and the game that you will be playing in. We will be playing in a small Northern Californian town called Petaluma. The joke we used to do when I was a kid was you can pet a dog, you can pet a cat, but you can't Petaluma. Don't ask me what that means. But so Petaluma is a small town about 45 minutes north of San Francisco. It's 20 minutes from the coast. You'll see in the bottom left hand corner of that's the Tamales Bay area. That's actually the San Andreas Fault that runs right through the middle of that bay. But I digress. This isn't the 80s. We all remember. This is Tales from the Loop, an 80s that never was. Because in the 50s or 60s, a technology was found, magnetron, and so this town is sort of familiar to you, but there are giant magnetic ships that fly in, and in Petaluma's particular, the once egg and dairy capital of the world, Petaluma is surrounded by rolling hills covered in oak trees, lots of dairy farms. This town was a dairy capital until the Two Rock facility was established in the 60s. And now the giant grain elevator and building that is the center of Petaluma is now the PPCC, which I can't remember what I called it in the last Tales from the Loop game because I don't have those notes. But it is the headquarters. It is one of the research stations from the Two Rock facility. It's sort of the Loop facility is a giant sort of collider. There are rings buried under the ground. There are tunnels that stretch out from the Two Rock to all these rings on the outside. And what they do at the Two Rock facility, no one really knows what happens there because everyone that works there is sort of kept to like a secrecy thing. But that doesn't mean that things don't get escaped, and weird things happen all the time. So this is sort of an overview of the area that you are in, and we will be. Let me move you to the actual town you will be working in. So this will be Petaluma proper here. You can see the PPCC, which is the tallest building in town. This big, looks like it used to be a grain elevator, but has been repurposed to a research facility for the Two Rock. Some important places to note are located on this map, where the high school is, the Phoenix, which is the hangout for all the kids in town, the comic book box, which is a real place, is the comic book store in a basement run by a tiny Thelma-looking woman named Kathy, who's my best friend for 30 years. She's a tiny squat with big thick glasses, and I love her very much. And so I immortalized her in this game as the runner of the actual comic book store, which is down like 2 flights of stairs in this basement that smells dank, and it's not probably the best place for comic books, but it also smells like comic books and leaky water, and it's nostalgia up the wazoo. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, there are robots in this world, there are flying ships, there is technology that can be repurposed for anything, and weird things happen, and this is Tales from the Loop. And so we will now begin with the game. Oh, also I should mention butterhorns are a thing. It's a wonderful pastry. I grew up with them. A lot of people don't know what they are, but they exist and they're fantastic. And they became a thing in our last Tales from the Loop game. But anyway, let's get in to the game. And I apologize. This is the only music I have, but I wanted to set a tone. So I'll be playing this music to set the tone.
Ooh.
It's the day before Halloween. The night, actually, before Halloween. And the camera pans down a suburban street. A heavy mist fills the air. And there's a figure dressed in a long coat, collar pulled up, hat. And it's running down the street. It seems to be running in a panic. It's stopping every now and then to look in a specific direction. And behind it in the distance, you hear sirens and flashing lights. And you can hear the call from suited figures as they are investigating these streets. I think it went this way. Do you have eyes on the target? And this figure is running frantically, and it stops at a house, and there's a pumpkin on the thing, and it runs up to the porch, lifts the top of the pumpkin and places something inside of it, closes the lid, and runs off into the darkness. Followed shortly behind it are more cars and sirens and agents running down the street. But the camera sort of pans back and up for a long shot of the street as the commotion fades off into the distance, and then the camera slowly turns towards this pumpkin and zooms in, and through the face of this typical pumpkin carving, you just see some flashing lights. And then it cuts to a bell ring and school's out. And we have the afternoon. It is now the Halloween day. School is out and trick-or-treating will begin shortly. And you kids, I'm going to let you guys all kind of decide what you're doing. If you want to describe what you'll be doing on this Halloween. You all, for the sake, I mean, you all kind of know of each other. And we'll start off where you think you'll be. Oh, I should mention that as the camera pans up from that pumpkin, you see the address of the Shea family. Oh no.
Oh no, we lost Nicholas.
We lost Nicholas.
I think he was having trouble with his audio.
Yeah, so
He may be restarting.
And that's Tales from Loop, guys.
Thank you for coming. So it's just some questionable items in a pumpkin. Thank you for
Yep.
coming.
the men in suits came and took Nicholas away.
Gasp.
We have to
You're
rescue.
like, no.
We must rescue
Nicholas.
Nicholas from the men in suits.
Gasp.
Oh, this tea's very sweet. It's a lot of honey in it.
We probably had to restart his whole.
Yeah.
Come back.
Well, that audio was,
Nicholas, come
was
back.
just beautiful. Yeah, chills. This is good.
Yeah, I only last minute got the idea to add some music, but it's really hard to find royalty-free stuff that sounds like it's from the 80s. So
It was real spoop. I liked it. I wrote ominous clarinets and pumpkins, you know, where you hide your drugs. I didn't know what it was, so I went with drugs. Like real sketch.
yeah, go ahead and take this time to think about. I mean, we can kind of start if you guys want to describe. We can wait for Nicholas.
Yeah. Describe characters.
Yeah.
So Ramona is kind of a pudgy kid. She's got a leather jacket on though, which is real cool. It is the best. That is her signature iconic item, which is a mechanical thing in this game, which I'm very excited about. She's got like which band t-shirt would she be wearing? She's got like a Queen t-shirt. It's big. It goes down, you know, kind of like almost like a tunic, because it's not her size, but she loves it. And red blue jeans on, and like Doc Marten boots. And she is kind of skipping along, excited for candy. And also, yeah, just hanging out with people.
Yeah. So Ashley is, let me think. Ashley is the most popular girl in school, of course. I think she's got like her amazing, really, really faded high-waisted blue jeans and an off-the-shoulder neon pink sweatshirt. And her hair is blonde and in like loose, crimpy type curls, and she's just like smacking away on some gum and just really annoyed that she's gonna spend the night taking her little sister trick-or-treating instead of hanging out with her friends because her parents are making her.
So Max is kind of like a little ways behind Ashley with a friend next to her. She's got like long, like auburn, reddish brown hair, kind of pulled back, like a jacket, t-shirt on, thick glasses, jeans, sneakers, backpack on, and she is just chatting with her friend, who's like a younger boy about the same age. She's very kind of very skinny, does not look like she participates in like any sort of athletic any athleticism of any sort. Definitely like does not spend enough time outside. Like definitely a little pasty kid.
Like you're describing me in the 80s. Yeah, so I mean, as you guys, this is end of day. Everyone's heading home. When Nicholas comes back, we'll kind of give it the thing. So it's you're all just kind of preparing for Halloween night. Yeah, and hopefully we get. I mean, we did pretty good. Okay. Two events, and this is the only major technology issue that we've had. So
Nicholas says he's restarting it, but it's just
Okay. Yeah.
going slow.
You know, computers in the 80s were very slow.
Yeah, you know those.
Gotta do some dial up. Yeah.
MS DOS life.
I can't can't even pretend like I know what that
Winner,
sounds like because I don't.
Oh God, I just turned.
Me too.
I just turned to dust.
Weebab.
I just aged faster than Mother Gothel at the end of Tangled.
I mean, I aged like that along on the 18th of last October, so I'm now an old.
Beautifully, like a fine wine.
I mean, I look pretty good for being 40, so yeah, I'll take that.
No, we did not have dial-up, but we did when I was little. If our internet would turn off if you used the microwave at the same time, so that was the exciting thing.
That's funny. Technology's wild.
Yep.
Technology is wild. Yeah, so this is a good time, everyone, that we are doing a Extra Life stream. This is the last TTRPG for our Extra Life game. Feel free to follow the link Extra Life that has just appeared in chat magically through the power of technology. And I believe their website is better than it was yesterday. They were getting a DDoS attack, which shame on you if you DDoS attack a charity website. That's all I got to say. But feel free to click that link. We are very close to our final goal of, I think we're 100 and some odd, 166. I'm being told by a disembodied voice that we are at 499.69.
Nice.
Which is nice. Out of our spooky goal of 666, which is the last 3 digits of my cell phone number. I'm not telling you the rest of my cell phone number, so.
Like, what's the rest?
You're like, do you not have my cell phone number? We'll talk after the game.
Can I have it?
Of course you can have it.
Can I have it?
You have my address. You might as well have my cell phone number.
I just need to be able to find you. See,
you can always find me. All you have to do is think about rocks
and
donuts really, really hard, and I appear.
Oh, if only it were that
and
easy.
Coffee. Add coffee. Yeah.
Donut rocks.
If I can combine them all.
And we took us like the exact same time.
Who knows? It's just fun to say. Well, 666. Plus, I like the looks of people when I give them my phone number. They're like, Some people have like a little old lady once went, "Oh dear," when I get and I'm like, it's just a number.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I know, it's silly.
My first cell phone number started with 666. I don't have that number anymore. That one kept getting spam calls in Spanish. Which was very
so
fun.
Specific.
I get that at work a bunch.
My cell phone number has been mistaken for a hardware store a couple of times. I don't know why.
That's a good one though.
I'm like,
have you given like hardware advice? I feel like I would start just dispensing it. I used to work at a hardware store, so
let me tell you about drywall.
I would be amused by this.
Oh, I know nothing. I could be like, I can tell you about a Luan and just like things that are specific for like theater only. Be like, I just wanted paint. They're like, well, sorry, buddy. Do what I can.
You called the wrong hardware store.
Yes, we carry thermonuclear devices. Yeah, they're on aisle 11.
Oh, mole. Yeah, no, there was a big. So the area code in my area of the world is actually 616. So I remember when this came out in 2005 because there was like a full front page story about it in the newspaper. And like how it was possibly mistranslated and discussing the problems with that because this is a very Christian area of the country. So it was kind of exciting.
I get a lot of wrong numbers because people accidentally press a third 6 when they mean other numbers.
That would do it too.
I see Nicholas back in the roll 20.
Playlist.
You know, there's a company that makes them that I know, like the ones that we ate was Svenhard's Butterhorns. Jess wants me to talk about Butterhorns more. This is now a Butterhorn commercial. Now I don't like they're a flat pastry and they sort of have like the buttery I can't explain them well enough.
I have to
But
look
they have that
now.
hard frosting that's sweet. Like look up Butterhorns because like my family is ridiculously obsessed with them. When we'd go to the beach, when we'd go camping, there was Butterhorns. We just buy big things of Butterhorns.
They look like croissants?
Sort of, but it's like a Danish sort of thing. And Svenhard's was the brand that we would always get. And I mean, so they are the best things in the world and I love them. And I need to get some. I may have to pick some up when I go visit my mom for Thanksgiving. Because Butterhorns are amazing.
I only know of Petaluma because Karen from My Favorite Murder is from Petaluma. And she talks about Petaluma and she talks about Petaluma all the time.
Wait, what's Karen's last name?
Kilgariff.
I'll ask my sister. My sister knows more people. Well, because I moved away from Petaluma in '92 and I moved up to Washington. So my sister stayed there the whole time, went through Petaluma High School. We know everybody.
Well, I say I don't know, like her dad still lives in Petaluma. She lives in moved to LA, but
yeah, but like I went to school in Hawaii and my first week I was in a class with someone from Petaluma. So that's because I'm looking at it and I'm like very familiar, and I sent a picture. I'm like to my sister, I'm like, do you recognize her? She's like, yeah, that's Lauren. I'm like, okay, I thought so. And Petaluma has a very big influx of Italian immigrants to it as well. So there are a lot of Italian delis. I mean, there's not as much now, but there were like 100, like all these little delis. And Padroni's potato salad is the best potato salad. And when Padroni's went out of business, and Lombardi's was the big bakery of the town, so that exists here too. But then Lombardi's has a sandwich shop now, and they have the Padroni family recipe. The Lombardi's were like this big family of like multi-generational things. But it's a fun, weird town.
Yes.
Yay!
Welcome back.
Can you audio good?
Yeah.
You made it.
Hey. Okay, so school is ending. You guys are getting ready for Halloween. The big thing about Halloween in Petaluma is D Street. And you will see that sort of in the middle of the map. If you look at number 2, that street that kind of runs there. D Street is the prime trick-or-treating area of Petaluma.
They have full bars.
Yeah, the best.
This is the house with mansions. I mean, huge houses, full bars. There is a house every year that for Halloween and Thanksgiving does like full animatronic decorations on the outside. D Street is the place you go for. So everyone in Petaluma hits up D Street at some point in the night. You'll do your trick-or-treating in your neighborhood, and then everyone goes to D Street. Because D Street is the big rich street where all the rich people live, and it is the prime place for trick-or-treating. Nicholas, for your character, just really quick, I'm going to ping the map up here. That big area above Magnolia Avenue is the cemetery. I actually lived right here in the little houses over there. And it's a new cemetery, and then the farther back you go, it gets wooded. I mean, older trees, and it's the big old like mausoleums, big statues, old and creepy AF. The deeper you go in the old cemetery.
So I, by accident, picked the best place.
You did indeed. All of you, in some form, way or another, described my childhood in your characters. So yeah, so you guys are getting ready to go trick or treating after you're getting out of school. So if you want to just kind of go around and describe what you are doing, and we sort of did that already, Nicholas, for most everybody. So if you want to kind of,
well, I'm thinking Todd would. Did everyone describe what they dressed up as, or
not for
not what
Halloween
we
yet.
dressed up
Not for
as.
Halloween.
We're just getting out of school, so everyone's
Okay.
sort of prepping that.
Yeah. So Todd is, trying to avoid being seen by people, and probably occasionally then gets everyone's attention when he bumbles into a locker or something. And Todd has, round glasses, big, dark hair that is, unkept, very much not in style. It looks like a sort of a relic from the 70s, but an 80s kid. And big. He already has a Christmas sweater on, even if it's a little bit warm.
It's fall in Northern California. It gets
chilly.
It gets warm in the daytime still, sort of, but at night, this is why it's such great wine country. It drops really low, like below 10s Celsius for those of you Europeans and things. In the high 30s, low 40s. The temperature range is great, so it does get super cold at night.
Yeah,
that's why the grapes do so well. Another fun fact. So I think we're gonna start with the Shays as they return to their house to prep for Halloween. And our first roll will be Max. Or Ashley, as they come up the stairs. If you could roll me an investigate.
First roll of the game.
We'll sort of
good my investigate.
What am I
is.
rolling?
We'll sort of kick this story into gear.
I don't think I filled my character sheet all the way.
That's fine.
So I don't. So what am I? How do I do this?
If you click on, you'll see on the sheet, in your sheet, and click on the character sheet.
Yeah, there's a little D20 icon. You can click it.
Yeah, you can click on the word investigate, and it should roll.
Oh, wonderful.
I
when you
rolled
hover
a
over it,
success for investigate.
All right. As you guys are coming up the steps, Max doesn't really notice anything, but actually, you see the pumpkin on the front porch blinking, and you wonder if maybe Max has done something to the pumpkin. You don't know, but it's
fired it up.
Blinking weird lights, not like normal pumpkin sort of thing.
Yeah, I probably noticed it as I was like going to get like the key from under the mat because our parents are like never home. Latchkey kids.
Hey, I was one of those too.
Yep, latchkey kids. So yeah, I'm gonna like look into it and like take the top off and just like look in and see what's inside.
There is a Walkman inside, but I mean, it's a Walkman, but there's a bunch of other pieces stuck to it, like tech stuff you don't know, you don't care, like, but it's a big bulky Walkman.
I have a very low score in tech. I'm just thinking I'm gonna put Max, were you messing with your Walkman again?
No, it's upstairs. We're building a robot, Ashley. How many times do I have to tell you?
Well, then what is this that was in the pumpkin? And I'm gonna pull it out and hold it up. Like, it's not mine. It looks like something you geeks were doing.
Let me see that. I'm gonna like snatch it out of her hands and like start like looking at it and like trying to figure what the heck this is. I'm like, I know it's a Walkman, but what happened to it?
Give me a tech roll or calculate. Tech, yes, tech.
So calculate.
Yeah, do the calculate tech. Oh. I mean, it works out for the story anyway.
Max is rolling.
I mean,
garbage on brand for me.
I mean, you understand the Walkman part of it. It's a Sony Walkman. You know, just your typical standard 1988 Sony Walkman. But there are 3 cylinders, long cylinders attached to it that you don't recognize at all. They sort of, as you're holding it, you can feel the vibrations. They're humming. On the one end of it, opposite where you plug in your headphones, I realize I don't know how many people are watching this. They're like, "What the heck's a Walkman?" But there.
Well, fuck them.
I'm not a complete idiot.
There's a sort of like, it looks like a little, like, for lack of a better term, a small like little satellite dish on one end of it. It seems you could, like, you know, or like even like the end of a remote with the infrared little light sort of thing. Oh yeah, you can spend luck points to do re-rolls, and I think you have a pool of luck points. Nicholas, thank you people for remembering how to work this game.
I'm just like, this is I've never seen. It's just in the pumpkin.
Yeah,
this is really weird.
Yeah, it's
put a lot of like weird. Hang on, and I'm just like, I'm fascinated. I will spend a luck point, and I'm gonna try again because I'm like, I am invested in trying to figure out what the heck this thing is, because I've never seen anything like it before, and I'm like, I want to know.
You got this.
So I'm gonna try same roll again.
Yes.
Hey,
you get a success.
Ooh.
As much as you can tell, it seems to be as you play the device, something happen. I mean, you're not quite sure exactly. I mean, this is something really, really foreign to you, even though that it is a Walkman. But it seems to be that all of these things are definitely feeding back into, and you kind of pop open the tape and take the tape out, and you see a tape. There's no label to it. It's just your standard Memorex cassette tape. But it does seem like everything's wired up to the magnetic reader for the tape deck. It seems to be whatever happens is definitely tied into playing a tape. And I don't know if you guys all
with it, or is it just?
It's just the cassette at this point in time.
Okay.
And I think for the story's sake, you guys all decided that you would, I mean, because you're all friends in a context, you all decided that you would meet up at Max and Ashley's house to prepare for Halloween. Ashley kind of escorted Max back because you guys are all going to dress up and meet to start trick-or-treating. And we'll say, for the sake of everything here, that you guys live on 8th Street, 8th and B, the corner of 8th and B Street, which is right here. So everyone, it's a good distance from the high school and the middle school. Everyone walks everywhere or bikes in Petaluma. It's the 80s. I mean, that's how you get around. And like, even as a kid, like, we went everywhere in Petaluma. So it's pretty safe. But we'll say that the other kids are getting ready and they'll be meeting up with you shortly here. But yeah, there's no headphones to it. It's definitely just a Walkman with a bunch of tech haphazardly connected to it.
Well, I guess bring it inside. We need to get ready before all your friends show up.
Fine. I'm like still like messing with it as I go up the stairs. I'm like, Dad will let me play with it more, and then I go up the stairs.
Weird kid.
And so we can kind of cut back while they do that to Ramona and Todd.
Yes.
Yes. To however you guys are getting ready and describe showing up at Max's house.
You want to go first, Nicholas?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Todd arrives on a bike. It's an old bike, and it's been probably rescued from the river a few times. It's easy to see that it's Todd because he has engraved "This belongs to Todd" Paxton. And he arrives. He parks it, chains it to a part of the fence. I'd like to see someone try to steal it now this time. And walk up on the steps, stomps the Doc Martens boots so that the mud don't stick to it, and then rings the bell. And then rings the bell again. And then knocks a little bit.
All right. Does anyone answer the door?
I'm still getting ready, Ashley. Can you get the door?
Ashley's gonna just like trudge out of her room and like run down the stairs, open the door, and then just like turn around and walk back up to her room. And just be like, I got the door, your friend's here. And just go back into my room.
Yeah, you're missing a really good party at the Phoenix for this ridiculous watching your sister sort of thing.
Be done in a minute.
Okay, I'll make myself home.
Are you dressed up, Todd?
Todd has, the normal Christmas sweater, pants, and then he has a sort of a "Hello, my name is" tag on him. And it says Richard Nixon.
I love it. Okay, let's transition to Ramona arriving at the house.
Okay, that's beautiful.
As Christmas Richard Nixon makes himself at home.
Yep. So Rona goes and stops by her house and grabs some stuff. She grabs her guitar because she had to leave it at home for school, and she wants it back in her sweaty fingers. And she has, you see her walking down the road to the Shea house in a ghost sheet costume, like a sheet ghost costume, with the jacket over top of it, because you can't cover that stuff up. That would be a tragedy. And she's got the guitar kind of like in her hands. Or actually, like a battered case over her back. And she's just kind of like looking around and comes up to the door, rings the doorbell, and also shouts, "Hey, I'm here!"
Ashley, can you get the door?
Todd goes and opens.
Oh, hey,
So
Todd.
I think Ashley gets like to the top of the stairs, looks down, and is just like,
How's it? That's a good costume. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of tricky finding the sticker. I tried to find it in the stores, but they don't sell them except in bulk.
Oh, yeah. So what'd you end up doing?
I bought them in bulk.
Well, now you have a lot of stick. You could go in costume every day for the rest of the year then.
That's true. Do you want one? And I will take up a big,
Yes. I will take one, and to make sure that people recognize my costume, hang on, I have to figure out. She is going to write, oh goodness, she's going to write, loved rock and roll too much. Stick it on her chest.
Excellent.
Eventually, Max will finally make her way down the stairs. She's got her hair now pulled up in a ponytail. She's got a little trigger net with a feather in it, like a red t-shirt with a belt, like that she definitely stole from her sister.
Yeah.
Around her waist. She's got like tight pants that are rolled up a little bit that she also probably stole from her sister, and like boots that are definitely a little too big. She's like a little like toy sword stuck in her belt. She like bounds down the stairs, like very excited. Halloween is like definitely her favorite holiday, and she's very excited to be her obscure Sierra game character, and she's pumped, and she runs down the stairs.
Yeah, Ramona's not gonna get that cool pirate.
Max just kind of like close enough. She kind of swallows with pride for a second and then just keeps going. It's like, I like the sweater.
Yeah, I wore it to school today too.
Did you add the sticker afterwards, or did you?
Yeah, I mean, if I would have, dressed up and been, like this, and people would have taken it like bad.
They don't have taste.
Yeah.
Look.
I think.
Yeah, it would have been the Ronald Reagan incident all over again. When I wrote "Do not vote for Ronald Reagan," and some people took it seriously and very personal.
People take that stuff to heart. It's a tough time. And then I turn to Ramona. I'm like, yeah, I like the sheet, and I was like, I like your sticker.
Thanks. Todd gave it to me.
I have a few more, 50 of them.
Yeah, he got a bulk pack.
Cool. I will definitely snag one, and I will write Graham from King's Quest 2. I would be way too specific, and stick it on my chest and look at Ramona and just kind of give her a look, and then I'm like, oh, I found a thing. Well, Ashley found a thing, and then I looked at the thing. It was in our pub. You want to see it?
Yes.
Yes.
And I will hold on a minute, because I realized I left it upstairs, and I'll run back upstairs, grab the Walkman, and then I will run back downstairs. This was on our pumpkin on our steps, and I'll hold display it out in front of me. I'm like, have you ever seen anything like it?
No. What is
It's a Walkman.
what is that?
It's a
It's
Walkman.
like a Walkman.
Yeah,
they,
but
like,
it's got.
stuck a bunch of stuff on it.
Have you? Does it have a tape in it? Oh, like.
Yeah, it's got a tape. It's not like labeled or anything. I was gonna plug my headphones in, but I got distracted. I was excited about Halloween.
No, we should do that.
If it, like, yeah, we should like definitely hold on a minute, and I'll head remote the tape. I'll run back upstairs, grab my headphones, like take them out of my tape recorder. Then I will run back downstairs and plug it in. Like, who wants to listen first?
Yes, that's the question that the GM wants to know. Who's going to listen first? Ramona?
Ramona would like to,
I
but
got
like,
excited.
yeah. I'll like plug it in and.
Okay.
I think as that's happening is when Ashley comes downstairs, and she is dressed as Gem.
Yes.
Because she's truly, truly, truly outrageous.
Yes.
And just kind of sighs because the rest of the holograms are at the party at the Phoenix tonight, so my costume makes a lot less sense. But
I love all these costumes so much.
I mean, I feel a little bit sad for the people who are, the holograms.
The holograms, yeah, their costume is like.
Yeah, no, like, who are you?
Well, and the thing about it is, she knew that she wasn't going to be able to go to this party and still insisted on being Gem and everybody else being the holograms.
Oh, but you tie the whole thing together.
Hilarious.
I'm still holding out hope that I might make it to the party after trick-or-treating.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see.
Let's see. So you press play on the tape. And you hear a familiar song. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Taking no privacy. And go ahead. Let's see. You're gonna have to make a roll here.
Okay.
I think you're going to make. I remember how these sheets are set up. Give me just a mind roll. Just roll me mind.
Okay, just not any skill.
No, this is more just like straight up affecting you.
Oh, okay, cool.
And so you hear the song, and one of the cylinders sort of kicks into gear, and it starts to hum a little louder. And you feel. Yes, Jason. You feel something come over you.
Yeah, no successes. So.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So Ramona presses play on this tape, and all the other kids around see the thing light up and start to hum, and there's a flash of something, and Ramona falls to the ground.
Oh no! What are you doing?
Her eyes are wide open, and she's just laying there, eyes wide open, staring at the ceiling. And Ramona, you see the music is still playing. Mm-hmm. Somebody's watching me, and you see a weird sight. It's this time of day, like the sun is just kind of setting. It's evening, but you see a corner of Petaluma Boulevard that you recognize. Mm-hmm. But you're like up above. It's weird. You're like looking down on it, like you're watching a show, like from a camera angle. And traffic and people are going by, and then the vision switches, and you see a different part of Petaluma, again from sort of like an aerial camera sort of view. And this is kind of looking at the PPCC building from across the river there. Mm-hmm. And then it switches again. And you see what you assume is a PPC building. It's on the outside, and it's sort of looking at. You don't recognize it at first because you've never been like in the PPC, but you recognize what it's looking at. And if you were to be if you were to see those buildings, you would have to be on the outside of the PPC building, and it starts roading through these visions. It's sort of, you sort of pick up on the idea that this is these are like, it's like a security camera kind of view sort of thing, and it just keeps rolling through. And this entire time, for the rest of you, Ramona's just lying there catatonic while the music plays, and
can I like look at her and like see if like is she like she's like breathing and everything? Can I just
she's breathing, her eyes are wide open, and she's just not responsive to anything that you do.
Can I like try to figure out what's wrong with her? Can I just like kind of like
I'm
try
gonna
to like
take
jostle her? Like,
yeah, you can do that. What did you say? You want to? Yeah, I mean, you jostle her and nothing happens.
I've taken.
You take the headphones off?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the headphones off.
Okay. Ramona, you instantly snap back into where you are the minute the headphones come off.
You had a seizure or a heart attack or...
Max, give me that. And I'm gonna reach my hand out for
I'm
the
like,
Walkman.
pick it up, like, I hand it to her immediately. Like, I'm like, that was bad. I didn't think that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's weird.
That is not how that's supposed to work. That is, I didn't know Walkmans could do that.
But I was like, it was like security cameras? Can I see? She's gonna be stupid. Can I see that again? Like, point at the headphones?
No, absolutely not.
What?
We are going to go and get full bars on D Street, and then we're going to come back here, and I'm going to go to the Phoenix, and we're not going to play with this haunted Walkman.
Well, that's the game, guys.
Game over.
This is a great time. Max is kind of gonna try to snag it back, but it's like, I mean, it was.
She's just gonna like hold it up over her head.
But I feel fine.
I'm gonna try to.
Yeah.
Did you take drugs?
No.
You guys are like.
I'm gonna ask again. Did you take drugs?
No.
And you didn't share?
You guys
didn't take
babies who's doing drugs.
I'm jumping up. I'm gonna try to snag the Walkman from Ashley because I didn't want it, but now Ashley has it, so I'm like, I want it.
Yes.
I'm like just holding.
It's like she's trying to ruin the fun.
You guys got a Josh Brolin Ashley now. Too bad she doesn't like work out.
Max is tiny. I'm like trying to like.
Max, just it's not good. Why do you want it?
Well, I mean, there's a reason it was just dropped at our house. I feel like we should figure out what it is. Yeah.
Mystery. I want to assist Max in this endeavor by sort of hindering the other arm, I guess, so she can't like if she's got one.
Yeah, because right now it's just like this.
Yeah, like.
So Max, roll me a move. I think that's proper. Roll me a move, and you can add an extra dice to it, which I don't remember how to do on the sheet. But you can add extra. I forgot how to add extra stuff to stuff.
I'm just changing the number, and then I'll change it back. I hit the wrong one though. Hold. That's how I'm gonna do it. Oh, that's the right way, but that's what I'm gonna do.
That works for me. Okay,
nice.
Yeah.
There it goes.
And I guess I would have Ashley. No. Yeah. So Ramona, you come up and you kind of like grab onto Ashley's the arm that's not holding, and kind of knock her a little off balance, and she kind of moves her hand down to brace against you kind of pulling, and Max, you manage to snag the Walkman out of Ashley's hands.
What the listen to it. But you're the one that's telling mom and dad when they get home if something bad happens. This isn't my fault.
Aren't you the one who's supposed to be responsible?
I was trying to be responsible, and then you took it from me.
You didn't do anything bad.
Well, Mom and said Dad to make sure that I have fun, and this will be fun.
And Ramona is fun. I mean, look.
Ta-da! I do jazz hands.
We're all like posing. So I will take it. It's like, so you said you saw something.
Yeah,
like an auditory thing?
No,
Security
music.
cameras.
It's watching me. It's
that
playing.
famous Rockwell song.
And but then like I was seeing like flashing like between security cameras all around the PPC building, like different angles
and various parts of town. You saw, like, you know, that the one that you did see is sort of on Petaluma Boulevard, and it's sort of like near 1 and 2 on the and you know, I mean, it was various points around town, but then there was one on the PPC building. There did seem like there's cameras set up in the town, and it's weird. Nope, Dad, I can't talk to you right now. Go away. Sorry.
No, it's like there's the one there's the one on like, would that be C Street in between 1 and 2?
It would be that's Petaluma Boulevard. There's one right on the boulevard, which is like the main drag.
Got it. Yeah, there's one on Petaluma Boulevard. We could go. That's not like. That's near D Street. What if we go? We can like go down and get do some trick or treating, and then like we'll be right there. Yeah, we can take a look. I don't know.
And
maybe
we'll do what there?
See what there is to see. Duh.
Excuse me.
I'm 12.
It shows. All right, well, get your...
Before we go, I want to try something.
You are not listening to that.
What if I just...
Well, I'm going to pop open the Walkman. I'm not listening to my sister at all. And I'm going to pop open the Walkman. I'm going to see if I can... I got a thought. So I'm going to see if I can take out the tape.
The tape comes out.
Does anything... I'm going to put the headphones on without the tape in it, just for fun, to see if it's just like the tape, or is it the Walkman itself that's doing funky things? I'm just trying things.
Yeah, and so you press play on you close the lid, and you press play, and everything clicks in, and you just hear a... But you do notice on the tape that it's sufficient thickness on the right side to suggest that this isn't the first song or the last song on the tape.
Ooh. Yeah, okay. What are the other
If
songs?
everyone remembers how it works,
Yeah.
you can check the roll. But there's definitely enough tape on the other side that there was probably... I mean, there's more songs. You're not in the middle of it, but you're close to the beginning of it.
What if we played the B-side?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll flip around.
What if we
Could be
played the
different.
no side?
Maybe the B-side, safe side. That's what they say, right? I'm gonna.
And B-sides are always the best songs.
B-side? Truly.
Okay, you flip it over.
You know what's up. I will play it on the B-side.
I was saying, I want to take the headphones off of her head.
Too late.
And be like, listen, if you need to know what's on this tape, I'll just listen to it because I'm the responsible one, and I'm gonna pull it off her head and put it on my head.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so then Max presses play.
I was like,
but
I don't
before
think that's being responsible.
As Max presses play, Ashley comes and grabs and puts it on, and you hear pots and pans, why don't people understand? Weird science. And the machine clicks a bunch, and in between all of you, I wasn't expecting you to do this, but that's fine. The air sort of wavers, and
This is what we do.
And then there's a loud funk as this metal box appears
Whoa!
right in the living room between all of you.
Whoa! Shit!
This is great. This is a great day.
I mean, shoot!
Good science.
Yeah. Don't think I didn't hear that. And it's
You
just
say
playing
worse
the song.
Yeah, it's playing weird science.
Can I?
Well, she's like listening. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
I'm
look
gonna-
at the box.
Yeah, I want to take the Walkman. I want to like fast forward it a little bit and try to like get to the next song as they're fiddling with the box.
Okay, and then you hear sweet dreams are made of these.
Nice.
Forgive two specimens spent lots of time consuming.
We probably don't notice that because we're focused on the box.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm like the box.
what's the box? Yeah, I'm
Reed
looking
is
at the
like, oh
box.
god.
As
Max is
I
like,
forgot
yes,
to mention
box.
this, as Ashley fast forwarded it and started playing, the box disappears.
Back it.
Whoa!
Go back. Bring out the box. Go back.
What?
Go back to the other song.
Rewind. Play.
Why don't people understand my intention? Weird science. And the box appears again.
If I pause it, does the box go away?
No. The
All right,
box
yeah, I'll
stays
just
there.
pause it.
Whoa!
Pause. Are you okay, Ashley? I
I'm
don't really care. And I'm gonna open the box.
I'm looking at Ashley.
I'm fine, but I feel like I don't need to tell you that we shouldn't be messing with random boxes that appear in the living room.
it was in your
It's not
pocket.
random.
It was put on our house. I feel like we have to look at it. It would be silly not to.
Does it look like it's the same box that appeared the last time?
Looks like it's the same box that appeared
Yeah,
last time.
I mean, it came here, it disappeared, and it appeared again. That means it's not random.
Or this
It's a
is like
specific box.
Yeah. He's got a point.
Do you want to open the box?
I think we have been pretty clear that we are wanting to open the box for a while.
No, I
yes.
don't think we are all being clear about wanting to open the box. I think 75% of us are being clear about wanting to open the box.
Majority.
Crystal Pepsi Clear.
Crystal Pepsi.
I really loved it as a kid, but I guess no one else did.
Crystal,
Okay. Okay, so you open the box. And you open the box, and as you lift up the lid, there's a LED panel on it that reads synthesis finished. And sort of like it's like it's filled with dry ice and it's kind of pours out of the top. Does anyone want to reach in?
Do not put your head in that box.
Yeah.
She told me not to. I'm putting my head in the box.
You pull out a foot. Not a human foot.
Oh,
It appears to be
like a robot foot.
it's like if you took a bunch of because you're looking at it and it looks like someone took some Teflon pans and some screws and some weird bits and like compressed it. These all look like you can kind of see the shapes in them. It looks like household items. There's even like a ruler in there, and somehow the wood's not smashed. It's like bent to form the shape. And at the where the ankle is, there's some wires and stuff sticking out, but it is definitely a foot to resemble a human foot, but made out of things.
Max is just like,
This makes no sense at all.
What music was playing?
it's a weird
Weird
robot
science?
foot. This
Why-
is weird science.
Well, if you remember the movie Weird Science, which some of you might have seen, about two teenage, I mean, it's very 80s and probably doesn't age well. I haven't seen it since, but
I can't imagine it would.
No, they put a bunch of things to create a woman, but you understand the concept was they put a bunch of things together and it created a thing. This seems to be someone put a bunch of stuff in this box and out came a foot.
Why would you put a robot foot on ice?
And when you
That's
reached
your
your hand in there,
question?
you realized it wasn't cold. It's got that steam from like CO2, like from dry ice sublimating, but it wasn't cold in there. It seemed to be maybe related to the box. Who
Dramatic
knows?
effect, probably.
That's your question. A
It's like
box,
dramatic effect, probably. It's more cool that way.
a box appears in the living room because of a magic tape,
Mhm.
and there's a robot foot in it. And your question is, why would they put it on ice?
Yes. I mean, if it had been a human foot, it would have been put on ice to preserve it. They did that on, Matlock. I'm not supposed to watch it, but I watched it.
If you fast forward again, does the foot disappear?
I will fast
try it.
forward. Put the headphones back on and fast
You
forward.
hear "Sweet dreams are made of these." Ramona, what are you currently thinking right now?
Oh God.
This is the coolest thing that has ever happened to me.
Actually, you hear "This is the coolest thing that ever happened to me" in sort of Ramona's voice. But you're looking at Ramona and her mouth isn't moving.
It's just like Scooby-Doo.
And you
We
hear that
are-
again as she's just looking at Max holding the foot.
You're right. It's still here, though. Cool.
Hear it again.
You cut out a little bit on the
I was like,
beginning.
say, I'm gonna fast forward again.
Okay.
You hear a click and it's the end of the tape. But the box does disappear, but the foot doesn't disappear.
All
We
right.
got a robot foot.
I'm gonna eject it and flip it and put it back in.
Okay.
That's the weird side. If
Oh no, believe me, this side is also weird.
We're all weird, Ramona.
This side
If
is also
you-
very weird.
What did I do last time? Is it gonna happen to you? Should I
I don't know, but
do?
I could hear your thoughts.
I haven't gotten to listen
What?
to the
I'm
sure you
tape
weren't
yet.
saying
I
them
think
out
I should get
loud.
to listen to the tape.
I don't think that's true, Max.
What? You could hear my what?
Side A is the one that gave Ramona a seizure. I'm gonna go with that's the weird
Well,
part.
You need to rethink your priorities. It's okay.
I don't like
You're
my.
young. When you're older and more mature like me, you'll understand that you need to prioritize things and understand what's weird and what's not. But just give me a second.
I
And I'm
don't.
gonna press play.
I
Okay,
don't
you-
think you're gonna prioritize having friends having seizures. I mean, that's just.
And so, Ashley, you hear dun 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 because this is Thriller night. And for a second, you don't notice anything, and then you see coming down the stairs
Oh Jesus.
a cat that you used to have. But you buried that cat in the backyard, and the cat disappears.
Max, put these out and look at the stairs.
Okay.
And I'm gonna press play.
Yes.
The
Max is very
cat,
excited.
the cat appear. You hear Thriller night. And a cat that you and Ashley had that passed away of natural causes a few.
Dance?
It's walking down the stairs and just sort of comes up to you and
Do the rest of us see that, or okay,
not at all.
cool.
Are you?
I'm just
seeing-
watching this
Do you,
cat.
do you see her?
Yeah, she comes
Yeah.
up to you like she recognizes you. She's rubbing against your leg and purring.
I will pet the.
Your hand
I'm gonna
goes
look down.
through.
I'm gonna press
That's
stop.
weird.
Oh, what are you seeing?
I see we had a cat. Along when I was little, we had a cat.
Whoa.
But that was a long time ago.
Like actual
weird.
ghost cat? Is my costume obsolete now?
You know what we should do? And this will sound a little bit weird.
I mean, what else hasn't?
Yeah, but we should get one of those splitters so that we can all listen to it at the same time.
Oh, you know what? I have one at home.
And then we should go to the graveyard.
Or yeah.
I like none of that.
Whoa.
Why? That's a big jump. We still have plans. All right.
But this is so much more cooler than that.
All right. It's much more cool. Not much more cooler.
You are such a big sister. I love it.
Yeah, but
It's
we
almost
should
like
all...
I'm one in real life.
I like that you're correcting my grammar, but I usually write your English papers.
I just don't have time to write it. It's not that I don't know. I have friends. I have things to do.
Not with your friends.
Max, you must have splitters, right? Because I think it would be much easier if we can all hear it together.
Yeah.
I would say Max probably listens to like music and stuff with Mike. She probably would have spitters. What am I doing? So I will run upstairs, as I've done many times. Go through some doors. Be like, nope, that's not. Oh, really cool. Not important. Go through another door. Ah, got it. And then I'll run back downstairs. Oh wait, and then I'll run back upstairs, grab my other set of headphones because Max would definitely have at least two, and go back downstairs. Because Max is a weird tech kid who has way too much tech stuff that they probably never use that much, but has more than they need because it doesn't hurt to be prepared. Okay.
So go ahead. You all plug into the Matrix, as it were. A movie that doesn't come out for a few more years, but you all put on headphones
and we get prepared for the Tron experience.
Damn it. And you just press play, so you left the tape where it was, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
you all see a cat. A little ghost cat.
Whoa.
Cat.
Is it like see-through? I am just fascinated by all of this.
Yeah, it's sort of transparent. I mean, and it sees all of you, and it's like interacting with you, and it curls up and lays on the floor, but it looks like it's trying to lay in Max's lap as you guys are all sitting here listening to this tape. But you see it.
Wait, I'll see the same cat.
As a cat.
Nobody else thinks this is weird.
It's weird.
Definitely weird. But like,
All right, I'm gonna
why
fast forward.
our
I'm gonna
cat?
fast forward
Okay, you fast forward,
until I think it's like the end of the song and press play.
and then you hear the,
I'm gonna make you sing all of these songs.
I don't remember how Somebody's Watching Me starts.
like
I don't either, actually.
it's like behind a mirror, someone was standing there.
It's as creepy as the rest of the song. Like,
oh, don't do that.
It's just someone being paranoid.
Yeah, so it starts off, but you recognize it as somebody's watching me.
Okay, this is the one.
And you all go, just as Ramona says that, you all go catatonic, and you all see a camera, and it's pointing down Petaluma Boulevard, and you see it's right where Petaluma Boulevard turns. So you see another music venue there, and you see the Toadstool Music Store, and next to that the Radio Shack. And then it flips over to Kentucky Street, where you see Petaluma Market and Tuttle Drugs. And that's a great drugstore where you can get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figurines. And then it flips again, and this is on the top of the hill in Helen Putnam Park, of all places.
What are the odds?
There's no tech up there. That's there's a hill at Petaluma, and it's sort of like a Oak Grove Park, but it's weird that it's sort of up there in Helen Putnam Park. And then you get another one that's out on the end of Bodega Avenue, where there's a flea market on the weekends, but that's like far out of town. It's the Bodega Avenue goes out, and that leads to the Two Rock facility. And you get another one that's the northern Petaluma Boulevard, where the highway is. And then you get another one on the PPC building. And it just goes through all these. There's a bunch of ones that are the perimeter of Petaluma and any of the main entrances in here. And then there's a bunch on the streets. And it's just like security cameras. And there's a couple places, like there's nothing there. That's weird. And then the tape, because none of you can press stop. There's only, and then it comes to a stop. You get the idea that there's 2 songs on each side.
Yeah.
Then the tape comes to an end, and it clicks, and you all wake up.
Right.
Also, I had to Google it. The song is 5 minutes long.
I think as that happens, Ashley sits down and is like, all right, can't believe I'm saying this, but I think we need to go to Petaluma Boulevard. Bring the foot.
Yeah. It's the best. Max is so freaking excited. I was like, this is the best thing I think you've ever said. Don't repeat that to anyone.
Your secret's safe with me. And I'm gonna wrap the headphones around the Walkman and put it in my trick-or-treating bag.
Okay. So
big orange plastic pumpkin.
Right. So you guys all decide on this. You all kind of step out onto the street and you start walking. And Halloween's picking up in full gear. There are kids walking up and down the street. Even as you guys are coming out of the house, there's some kids walking up towards you, going to trick or treat at your house. But it's 5:30. It's getting close to 6 o'clock. The sun's just getting low in the sky, but people are starting to do the, getting out there early. And there's all sorts of Halloween costumes, pirates, 80s themed things that
That's it.
There's a kid dressed as Alf as he walks by.
So I Googled top Halloween costumes in 1988. Do you know what the top Halloween costume was in 1988? The California Raisins.
Oh God, yes! Turn it through the grapevine. Yeah,
and it is the scariest costume I've ever seen in my life. It is horrifying.
Yeah, you see a bunch of kids dressed as the California Raisin.
Also, Elvira and Garfield were rounded out the top 3.
I was
California
a big fan
Raisins,
of Elvira.
What?
Those were claymation commercials done by Winston Studios. That was a big thing here.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, they were big here on the opposite coast, but I can imagine California.
Yeah.
But yep,
those raisins
horrifying.
Are scary. Yep. Everyone Google it. Be scared.
Nope.
And we're gonna have a scene change as you guys unless you want to interact with all that, but we're gonna kind of cut to you're coming up to the corner of Petaluma Boulevard, and if I remember correctly, it's Western Avenue. No, sorry, B Street, because you guys are walking down B Street. So you come down B and you're right there, just past. So upwards a little bit, where it curves, and then it starts going more northerly direction. Western Avenue and Petaluma Boulevard. That was one of the spots where you saw one of the cameras.
Yeah. I will definitely have insisted that we go on D Street a little bit, because listen, all the good stuff's gonna be gone if we wait.
Oh no,
we
Ashley's
need
definitely in that camp. Like
Okay.
we're going up D streets of Petaluma.
Sweet.
Right, so you come down, you go down D, you make a couple stops. You walk past the one house
We
that
need
is
fuel.
full on animatronic Halloween stuff. You get your big candy bars, you know, your Abba-Zabbas, your
Max.
Snickers, your Baby Ruths.
Max.
Razzles.
Max.
I want
Max.
Razzles.
Max. Max. Do you think, like, because it's got wires and stuff, you could make the foot like twitch, right?
I mean, maybe. I don't see why you couldn't.
Yeah, and I mean,
That's all I had to say. All right.
your things are much cooler than this, guys.
Oh, absolutely.
This is pretty cool. But yeah, no, they do not have weird stuff dropping in pumpkins. So this is the coolest. Trick or treat! And I hold out my
The ghost of rock and roll. Yeah, you're right. Rock and roll is dead. This old guy tosses a candy bar in.
stick my tongue out.
You're wearing a sheet.
Trick
Yeah.
or treat. I've got like a pillowcase.
Yep.
Our matey, as he puts candy in his hand.
Yep, trick or treat.
Arg.
I don't understand you kids nowadays. Who puts a candy bar in the thing.
Trick and treat.
I'm Gem. Do you guys know who I am,
Are you-
right?
Are you Christmas Richard Nixon?
I'm not a crook.
I didn't vote for him. He puts the
Good.
candy
You
bar.
shouldn't.
Oh,
He's scary.
Todd's costume is the one he understands. That makes sense. Putting all this in her. All right, no,
You
all
guys
right, let's
are-
keep going.
You guys are loaded up with all of the best candy rich people can buy.
Yes.
Yes.
My mom said Richard Nixon was a ghoul. So
Oh, I'm beginning to put the pieces together of why Todd decided to put Richard Nixon on this thing. All right. So now you are at the corner. And you walk past the Radio Shack where Max, you know, it is run by a man named Jim Drake. Because you stop at the Radio Shack a lot. And you guys kind of walk past that to the corner. Yeah, if you want to try and find where this camera is, give me an investigate.
yes.
Yeah.
'Cause I think we're supposed to roll in this game, but we haven't really had to do that yet. So
What was this because
It's
we
just you
circumvented
trying,
your
Kyla,
plans?
mostly.
yes.
Aha! Success.
One.
I'm just gonna tell you right now that anyway, okay. No, you guys are gonna have a hard time if no one gets another one.
Wait,
I-
more than one
I set the goal
success?
for this. It's
Wait, am I just?
I'm gonna use a luck.
okay.
I just have a quick question.
Yes.
Should I have? Should there be more numbers in my skills section? Is that equal to your regular score?
No, skills
No,
is supposed
it-
to be 10.
Okay, adds
Yep.
up to 10.
Yeah.
All right. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, stand by.
Oh yeah, you got nothing in there.
No,
Yeah.
I don't because I didn't know how that worked.
Oh,
All right,
sorry.
give me a
That was
And
my
you
fault.
and you get 3 skills from your playbook that you can have up to 3, and the others you can only go up to 1.
Yep.
Doing that character.
I'm
so-
sorry, Megan. I forgot to check everybody's sheet before this.
It's okay. Nope, I'll just do this right now. It should not take
10
long.
or is it your age?
Age is the
Your attributes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
age is
Yeah.
attributes. The skills
Oh.
is flat for everyone.
Have up to
I probably
3. under-
did it wrong, but whatever.
Yeah, well.
there it is.
New system.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You guys are all sort of looking around for this. And you aren't finding it right off the bat. Max, Ramona, you kind of understand. You're trying to you close your eyes and look back at the visual. And then Todd notices Todd, you notice on that side of the building there's a the corner store is being like renovated, and so it's like empty. Whatever was there's some new thing coming, and it's a the store that used to be there is an old the word is watch repair, clock repair sort of place, and on there is this like kind of ridiculous looking anthropomorphic clock, and like you don't see a camera. You're expecting to see, like, I mean, the 80s security cameras are these huge boxes attached to the sides of things, and you don't see any of that. But if you were to be that clock man on the top of this sign, you would see the pretty close down the street of the view that you guys saw in the thing.
You guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is someone watching me.
Do you always feel that way?
Well, yeah, yeah, but mostly in school though, but not, that is a person and it has eyes.
Where do those
yeah,
cameras go to? Like, who watches them?
Perhaps it's not just cameras, it's just, it might also be, the eyes on.
The GM, I'm just going to say that if you put a couple people on their shoulders, you could probably reach up there and cause vandalism.
No, I can do that.
Vandalism.
Should we trench coat it?
I mean, I'm pretty tall. I could probably get Max up on my shoulders. I'm sure we've done that before.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right, Max.
Max is so into this.
All right, climb up.
Boost me. And I'm gonna like
I'm gonna like lean down so she can like climb on my shoulders and then like hold her hands like cheerleader style so she can stand
Max
on my
or
shoulders.
Ashley, give me a sneak roll, and the other kids can help out if you want it, just so that, because Petaluma Bubble is a fairly busy place.
Yeah.
It's also Halloween.
Just some kids doing a mischief. Don't worry about it.
But just see if you can.
Max, do you have any sneak? I don't, but I have 4 in body, so I don't know which of us has a better chance of doing this.
I've got some sneak, and I've got.
Max is a nerd.
All right, so I'll roll, and then what does helping do?
It adds an extra dice to your thing.
So how do I?
Just
bump sneak up 1 and then roll.
Yeah,
and then
bump sneak up 1 and roll. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
oh,
1 and
that ain't great, guys. Weep wop.
Okay, so you guys are up there. Max, you're balancing precariously on your sister's shoulders. And you hear what are you kids doing? Max, you recognize this as Jim.
It's my costume.
Your costume is standing on your sister's shoulders, Max. And you see pop out of the Radio Shack door. It's just Jim kind of pops. And Jim's a big man. This big old, he looks like Hagrid. Nicholas will remember Jim.
Yeah.
And Jim makes a good friend of all the techie kids. And so, Max, you've spent time in Radio Shack, and you know that it's not a normal Radio Shack, in more that it looks like a hoarding room for Jim. I mean, it's like tech hoard inside there. Not a lot of people go in there. I mean, this is the 80s, and it's the peak Radio Shack, but this Radio Shack, gets a lot of weird business because Jim is...
ever since the Circuit City opened down the street.
Yeah.
Jim, here's the thing. We're doing an investigation, Jim, and I'm looking at the weird guy, and I'm not going to be here long. I've got spotting. We're not going to mess up your business. I know you like everything in look in tip-top shape, Jim. I just want to have a little look-see at this weird man on your thing. I like to look at things and see what they do. And you're just I'm not gonna mess anything up. I'm not trying to vandalize your store. I would never do that to you, Jim.
Well, I mean, that's not my store. But I mean, nobody's there anymore. You want to look at Mr. Watchman?
Yeah, just for a minute.
Jim, do you know where these cameras go?
What are you talking about, cameras?
What?
I'm not. We're not talking about cameras. We're just trying to.
Camera and Mr. Watchman?
Yep. No.
Wait, who owns the store now?
I mean, Clyde Gibby used to own it, but he went out of business. Someone bought it up. I don't know.
Mm.
As
Jim?
you're
Jim?
yes.
Well, I have a question.
Sure, I got answers. I got answers everywhere.
Who's watches Mr. Watchman?
I don't set you up for this, and I am not disappointed. I mean, I'm watching him right now.
So do we. Welcome to Neighborhood Watch.
You kids are all so weird. I don't.
That's what we do, Jim.
Hang on just a second. And Jim goes back inside and comes back out with a ladder and a drill. I mean, you said there's a. Wait, are you telling me that there's a camera in here? Is that what you kids are telling me?
Yeah.
You don't know.
That's
Yeah.
ridiculous, and I'm gonna have to prove you wrong because I've been next to this shop all my life. There's no way Clyde was smart enough to put a camera in here. Plus, Mr. Watchman ain't that big. So he pulls out the
How
ladder.
about it, Jim?
And Jim goes up and undoes Mr. Watchman and takes him down. It's like, all right, come on, kids. Not stand in the middle of town. Come on into the shop.
Okay.
Let's see what's going on. There is no camera in here because cameras are big. This is 1988.
You're right. You know what,
You're
Jim?
right, Jim.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
You
We're
have
just
a really good sense of time and setting, Jim. I'm proud of you.
we're
I would
just
like to pride myself. I know what time it is. I know what day it is. I know what year it is.
Yep.
Sometimes we lose track of that.
It's important to be present, Jim. It's don't Jim,
So
can you just,
you
like,
are-
if you see our parents, can you not tell them that we were climbing this pole?
I mean, yeah, sure. I see a bunch of kids doing stuff that they probably shouldn't be doing, and I probably should say something. But you know what? Who am I to? Kids will be kids. You know, I was a kid once. I mean,
You know, Jim, that's why you're everyone's favorite.
they still say I burnt down the
that's Jim.
Phoenix, but I didn't. And
No.
you can't prove it. You can't prove it at all.
No, of course you didn't, Jim. No, you wouldn't do that.
And so you walk into the Radio Shack of Jim Drake, and it looked like it was a Radio Shack at one time, and now it looks like a tech flea market in here with paths through piles of tech. And this is 80s tech. It's big CRT monitors, giant, circuit boards, things from the 50s, tubes, bulbs, keyboards.
Cool.
Just the series of tubes.
Just a
Oh my
series of
god, guys,
tubes.
this is the internet. We've just wandered into the internet.
Yeah.
And so Jim sort of. Oh, go ahead.
Todd will lean on to Ramona and whisper, Jim seems cooler than I thought.
No, he's pretty cool.
You kids are ridiculous. There is no way. And he's sitting there undoing Mr. Watchman.
This is happening. Max would like to look around to see if there's anything that she can snag that she can use for the robot foot.
Yeah, go ahead and do me an investigate.
And here I was just about to be like, I'm gonna lead to Max and be like, don't touch anything. And then I turn and she's already gone.
She's
Son of a-
sorry, it's too late.
Yeah, I
That's-
turn. Yeah, I definitely turn to look at Max to tell her not to touch anything, and she's just not there anymore. Like, oh.
Yeah, you see. Yeah, I mean, you got.
It's like you see like the outline of where she should be.
Yeah, cartoon, like it's a smoke cloud in her shape.
You see off on one of the counters, it looks like Jim was working on something, and there's a voltmeter and a battery with some wires attached to the terminals, and various mechanics there. Because Jim likes to tinker too. Some say Jim never grew up.
I'm gonna swipe it and stick it in my pillowcase. Be like,
Okay.
sorry, Jim, this is for business.
And you hear Jim opens up and it's like, what the heck is that?
Do you want help, Jim? We can.
What is it?
I have never seen anything like this in my life. And he takes out
Told
just
you. I mean,
a small little thing. It's got like two little infrared, like do you find on the end of the remotes?
Hmm.
What?
I have on the Man of Uncle.
On the what now?
It's a black and white TV show about spies. They had small cameras. It's
Yeah,
from
but
the-
that's a TV show.
Yeah, but
life gets real weird, Jim. Who's to say?
I mean, you're not wrong. Petaluma is weird. And he kind of puts on glasses, like jeweler's lens, but then he like folds down a bunch of them. Huh. Yeah. You kids gotta go now. Take this. Take this.
Wait,
What's going on,
what does it mean?
That's got a tag on it from the PPCC. I'm not dealing with anything from the loop whatsoever.
For the what?
What?
That's licensed technology that should not leave the loop.
I grab it. What is?
No, you
What's
kids,
the
you
loop,
kids shouldn't mess with this.
Jim?
No, you know what? No, I was wrong. I should not have given that back to you. Come back here. And
No,
give me that.
no, I've got it.
No, kids,
Take it.
kids.
Take it.
You're gonna get
No. Wait, Mr. Drake. What? Just tell us. Oh, you can have it back. We want to know what do you mean? This is what loop technology, and it can't
Ow.
hear us. I've got like my hands over it.
No,
What's the loop?
Yeah.
now, kids, I'm not supposed to talk about anything that happens in the loop. And I had a job there that lasted about,
You did?
it lasted about 2 hours until they fired me.
You wouldn't lie
what
to
did
this,
you
Jim,
do?
would you?
I was just an electrician.
You're very honest, man.
But me and the loop don't work out very well. They're very old, stuck up, scientisty kind of things. They don't like too
Uh-huh.
much tinkering around.
Uh-huh.
But I recognize that tag they put on it, and that's confidential material right there.
Okay.
Ramona, can I have it, please?
No, kids,
Yeah,
you need to
yeah.
give that because I need to turn kid.
It's we'll just be a little bit. We'll bring it back when we're done with it.
Yeah.
Everything will be okay. Everything's
Don't
going
worry.
to be fine.
Don't worry,
We
Jim.
were never here.
Yeah.
You're all
Just
set.
Never saw us. You don't know who we are. We've
You
said
know
like
nothing.
all the
Well-
interactions we've had
well,
before
he
this
knows-
very day.
Look, you don't need to pretend you don't know who we are. You know who we are, but you just
You know what?
Sorry to
I'm gonna
disturb
close
you. I'm
up.
Todd.
No. I didn't know who you were, but now I do know who you are. I'm gonna just, you know what, kids? It's Halloween, trick or treat. Here's some candy. Oh no, I got candy. I don't have candy, but resistors are pretty. Here's some resistors.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, here's a capacitor and an inductor. Oh, you probably want some circuit boards. Here's the circuit boards.
Do you have a TV?
Todd,
I mean-
we have to go. Stop.
Yeah. No.
Jim, you have a great night.
I know where we
Great
can go.
costumes, everyone, and he sort of like
Yep.
ushers you outside of the thing.
Yeah.
Closes the door behind you, flips the door to closed.
Yeah. And as this happens, I will open up the Mr. Watchtower thing and look at it and go, "We are on to you."
I don't think it has sound, but yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So when we
Just
get
doing it anyway.
when we get outside, Ramona's gonna turn to everyone and go like, "Shh." I think Jim was right. This is I think I know where we can go to get some more answers. Ish.
If you're about to say that we're going to the PPCC, just don't say anything.
No, I wasn't.
But it's a good
All right,
idea.
here we go. Here's an addendum. If you're
Okay.
about to say to go to the graveyard, 'cause I
No.
heard Todd say, okay. All right.
No, I got a
then
different brilliant plan.
Does it
Right,
involve
I-
butterhorns?
I feel like you're
Maybe.
playing fast and loose with the term brilliant, but go
No.
ahead. What do you?
Have you not had butterhorns? They are brilliant.
No, I'm not disparaging butterhorns. Butterhorns are wonderful, but
But that's a thing now.
I have a feeling that what Ramona is about to suggest is not going to be good. So, by all
You don't
means,
even let her talk yet. It could be
Ti-
really
ti-
great.
it could be an idea like one of your ideas, and I know your ideas are seldom very good.
Tim, the guy
Mine
who
are
works
thought out.
at Tall Toad,
Yeah.
he's always telling me about if you he's been saying that there's like humming coming from, I don't know, maybe I think he'll believe us with the cameras, and he might know some more stuff about it, because if these are all the ones we were seeing on when we listen to the music,
Mm-hmm.
that's gotta if they're
Alright.
all connected to the loop,
Right.
maybe he'll know, maybe he'll have some ideas. I don't know.
I mean, it can't. God, I can't believe I'm saying this. It can't hurt to go and ask.
See, I was right.
Let's go.
Let's do that. I like that idea.
Okay.
Oh, and we're like right down the street, yeah?
Yeah, we're really
you
close.
Can
We're, like,
you can
right
get really
there.
close to
Yeah.
Tall Toad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you walk into Tall Toad. It's all
Yep.
decorated for Halloween. There's a bunch of Halloween mannequin. There's a Frankenstein at the drum set. There's a skeleton playing the sax,
Yes.
going doot doot doot.
Of course.
Mhm. Classic.
And
Do.
Bad to the bone.
yeah, and you go. I mean, you don't see anyone. It's mostly because I think Tim, he's out and he's in one of the back sound booth kind of things, just working on his music.
Yep.
Working on his demo.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Of course.
I go find him though, because I've spent a lot of time here, so I'm assuming I would know where to find him.
You find him.
Yep. Wave. Hey.
Hey, Ramona.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hi, Tim.
What's going on?
Halloween, but
Oh yeah, the costume. Rock and roll
right. Isn't it
kills.
good? Isn't it good?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we found we found a weird tape.
Oh,
And-
weird tape. Let me. Where'd you find it?
In
There's a pumpkin at my house.
Yep.
Oh, that's weird, man. What is it? Is it like a demo tape?
Uh-huh. This one, okay, so it I'm gonna grab, I think Ashley had the tape last, right?
Yeah, it's
The-
in my
the
it's
thing?
in my pumpkin. I'll
Can
take it out.
I see it again?
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
I will and I'll fast forward or get it to where the cat audio, the cat
okay, the thriller.
Yeah.
Thriller.
yeah, Thriller. And it's like Thriller, but also, and I'll like put the headphones on him as I press play.
I mean, I've heard. I lost the accent for this guy. Yeah, no, he's sort of like Matthew McConaughey, but like rocker. Yeah. Oh yeah, I love Thriller. That's a great jam.
So Do you see a cat?
No, I'm just rocking out to the music.
Shoot.
Oh man, this music video is great, man. Yeah.
Try fast forward. What was after? Oh, always
after
just
was
fast forward. Yeah, just fast forward it like a little bit to the end of that song there, Tim. If
Wait,
Yeah.
hang on. Wait. Wait. Huh. That's weird.
What's weird?
What?
You just wanted to say me. Well, no, I just hear something.
What do you hear?
I don't know. It's weird. You know what? Hang on. Wait, hang on.
Nicholas, you're
Fast
muted.
forward. Is that what you said?
We still have the split, so I listen in.
You hear Thriller, but nothing. Like you hear that? Oh, you hear that hum?
No.
Oh no! Hang on. He
I'm
takes the
looking at
headphones off.
I'm looking at the outside because there's 3 like cylinders that are on there. One of them lit up before.
Yeah, each time the song, it's a different cylinder that lights up.
Okay,
it's the same one that lit
got
up
it.
when.
Okay.
Hey, give me that tape. We're doing it all wrong here. Wait,
Okay.
no, that's Jim's. We're doing it all wrong. Hey man, we're doing it all wrong, man. Just become Chong. It's fine. No man, come on. Let's go over here. He goes into the sound booth.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, kids. Let's listen to some rock and roll the right way.
All right.
And on the side of the wall, there's like a bunch of like speakers. And he, hang on. And he puts it in the wall and he cranks some knobs and dials.
Yes.
And there's a bunch of faders and stuff there. So he turns on the music and you hear Thriller. And then he's like, wait, man, wait, listen. And he kind of does all the faders. It makes the lyrics and like all that go away. But you hear a boom, 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 boom. What is that, man? It's crazy, man. Boom, boom. Oh man, what is that? Who mixed this tape? It's crazy.
I don't know. And
are we
then
supposed to be
there's
hearing
it.
something? Because I don't hear anything. Just vroom, vroom.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. That's not part of the audio there. There's like a second track there. And he kind of wait, and he slows it down. And it starts. It sounds. He slows it down a lot, like super, and it's. Oh man! What is that?
I don't know. I don't like it.
wait. Is that like Morse code?
I don't like any of this. This is all.
Might be.
What?
I pressed stop because I think we might be getting close to the end of the song and to the part that's gonna make us all space out for a bit.
Yeah. It's getting close to it's getting down to the Vincent Price's.
Yeah. So Ramona reaches up and presses stop and turns to look at Tim, and then there's after the next song is one is watching me, and there's it makes you like see stuff like
Makes you see stuff. What?
like security cameras.
I mean, music makes me see things all the time, man, in my head.
Uh-huh.
Do you have earplugs?
Oh yeah, I mean, this is a music store. Of course, we got earplugs. I don't use them myself.
I was thinking if we want to
What?
let him listen to that watching song, and at least one of us should not.
Yeah. Well,
Good idea.
or we can just explain it. Yeah.
It's so wacky.
And Todd looks at what was his name?
Tim.
Yeah, Tim. And I don't think we can explain to him.
True.
No.
Okay.
No.
Do you think you're right?
I want to watch it again.
I don't know that many variations of dude.
Take the tape back and go.
No, just let him listen to it. I think.
You know what? I've heard this hum before. I was thinking about it the other day. Where have I heard this hum before? I know I've heard this hum before.
You were thinking about this hum the other day.
Yeah, man.
Is this like the hum that you were talking about, like from the loop facility?
Oh, that's it. That's. Oh man, you know, over at Cypress Hill. That's not. It's a funny coincidence, but it's not the band Cypress Hill. Todd recognizes Cypress Hill Cemetery as the word. Yeah, sometimes I like to go lay down underneath this tree next to my grandma, and when you're laying there and you put your ear to the ground, because part of the loop runs right under the graveyard, and yeah, that's where I've heard this hum before.
Oh,
well, all right. Is it
I knew it. We should have gone to the graveyard.
As it gets to the next song, I'm just gonna like cover my ears.
Max will do the same. Like fingers in her ears. Just.
Oh no, Ramona wants to see this again. This is fascinating to her.
Flips over to the next song.
Todd opens one of the bags with earplugs and put in one of them because he wants to see if it's different if you have one ear or two.
And the humming switches to something different, and it's more like a beepy sort of like digital sort of sound. Sort of like, I mean, it's a lot. It sounds like you're on a telephone sort of thing. And Todd goes, or Tim, sorry, not Todd, but Todd, you also go catatonic. Nothing. And you start seeing the images, but Tim sort of just like, he's like, oh man, it's shit.
Is it different with one ear?
It's not different.
Oh yeah, it's the same.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk over to the machine, to the stereo, and just like lean down and like push stop with one finger without taking my hands off my ears.
Tim gets up. He's like, oh man!
Yeah,
oh,
right?
We told you.
God! I totally fell asleep there for a second. Oh man, it's some weird dreams, man. I mean, I'm real tired. You kids are crazy, man. Oh, this.
Did we see anything?
Yeah, you saw the images.
The same ones.
Oh man, it's like that music took me out of my body experience, man. I've had that happen before, man. Oh man, how many times can I say man?
Enough.
Have you?
I think, yeah.
All right.
This is a crazy tape, man. Man, I'm gonna go take a nap. That hurt my head.
Bye, Tim.
Hands you the tape.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tim.
Put it in the weird haunted Walkman. Put it back in the pumpkin.
And I think with that, we're gonna take a little break.
Cool. Sounds good.
We've been going. We'll be right back with the conclusion of Tales from the Loop, the Haunted Mixtape, which we're doing for Extra Life. If you feel like you want to donate to Extra Life, go check out Extra Life.
We're very right close to our goal.
Ooh.
Goodbye. We'll be right back. Bye, everyone. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the second half of our Tales from the Loop game, the Haunted Mixtape. We are streaming right now for Extra Life. Thank you for coming back. We are going to continue where we left off. Thank you everyone for who stayed and is enjoying this, because I'm pretty sure we're all having a lot of fun. And now I'm gonna crank the dial to 11. And as you kids step out of Tall Toad Music Store, you see parked out front of the Radio Shack a large black van. And on the side of it, it's in big letters. Oh, actually, no, this is just an unmarked black van with tinted windows parked out front of the Radio Shack. And down the sidewalk, you see two men in suits knocking on the Radio Shack store door. And you see another one on a ladder with some sort of device in his hand, waving it around where Mr. Watchman was. And you see Jim open the door and talk to the thing, and Jim sees you guys out of the corner of your eye and does this thing where he points in the opposite direction and gets the man in the suit's attention so that their backs are facing towards you. And I'm going to need you all to roll a sneak.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
I just cranked up
goodness.
the tension on this.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
Okay, I got
no.
one.
Oh. Did I do a dumb?
You're welcome.
Oh, I think I X'd out of the oh, there it is. Never mind. I am not a fool. I thought I X'd out of it. I did not. It just looked different.
I have a 0 in sneak because somebody who looks this good can't help but stand out. And that's the excuse I will use for my failures in the sneak
Oh, that's
department.
the wrong one.
This is all intentional.
I hit the wrong button.
Oh, well, still, you got
Try it again.
You know what?
Get one.
I'm gonna use another luck point because why not?
use all that luck.
I do not have luck points because I am 15. And
You
I
can
guess when
also-
you're 15, your luck runs out.
Yeah,
No.
you
Yeah,
can
'cause
also
you're
you,
right on the edge of being,
you can also re-roll if you push yourself, but then you need to mark one of the conditions and roll one less dice all of the time.
Angry, scared, exhausted, injured, broken.
Yeah, no.
All right. Yeah, no.
Oh,
If everybody
goodness.
else but me had passed, I would have.
No, I didn't pass.
but we got 2, which is what I set this at. So, Jim kind of helps you kids out by calling the attention of the agent. You can't really hear what they're saying, but you see a couple more people get out of the van. But you manage to, right next to Tall Toad Music, there's a sort of parking lot in the curve, and you can double back around there and get yourself to Kentucky Street up along the backside. And so you guys managed to get out of there, but I'm going to let you play out your scene on what you want to do next with the information that you've been given, and know that there is a clock ticking on these men in the van, sort of finding
Us.
Um,
you now.
Oh,
And I'm going to leave this music playing because it's ominous.
yeah.
That. Do you think
We
they're
gotta
looking
go.
for us?
Yeah.
Where?
Or at least what we have. We need to go.
Where? Go where? Where are we going?
Here.
To the loop? Are we going to the cemetery? What are we? Like, are they gonna
Cemetery
take Jim?
probably wouldn't be. I mean, it's Halloween. A lot of kids would probably be out there. I feel like we probably blend in. That's probably not a bad idea.
Yeah, and if you see the car again, I have an idea.
I don't like the sound of that.
Good enough.
But let's hope we don't see them.
Yeah, and I will take up my stack of "Hello, my name is"
Yeah.
thing, and I will write "Secret Agent Van" on one of them. There.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll let her
Okay.
guess.
So, I guess we need to figure out what's going on here. Like, why?
But not here. We need to
No,
run.
no,
We
no,
can
no,
talk
no, no, no,
later.
no, 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 not here. Yeah.
And let's. Let's go to the
graveyard and then we'll
go to
talk.
the cemetery. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Or we could hide in the Phoenix.
That's closer.
That is closer. We can start there and then we can go to the graveyard
Yeah.
if it gets real sketchy.
Let's
Yeah,
start.
and Ashley can
There's a
see
lot
her
of kids
friends.
So about that, I'd rather not go to the Phoenix where my friends are with a bunch of kids with me. I don't really
I'm
want...
12.
Yes.
Pretty cool kids.
You heard.
You don't have time to think about your popularity, Ashley. We just need to get out of here.
And you heard
I
Tim.
always have
We
to
are
think-
adults. We are men.
I always have to think about my popularity. It's what matters. We cannot go to the Phoenix with a bunch of, with all of you
Not
with
dying
me.
is what matters, Ashley. Not getting caught.
Yeah.
We could go literally anywhere else. We could go to let me look at the map. We could go to the bowling alley. We could go to the library.
But the Phoenix is on the way there.
And remember
I
that the
know.
cemetery is up here. If you
Yeah, it's a
wanted to
little
check
ways.
that out.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks longer on the map, but if you like Keokuk Street gets you pretty straight there.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that you all have like bikes and things like this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
you get around.
Yeah, I'll ride on the back of someone's
Kids
bike.
on
I'll
bikes.
like perch. Yeah.
This is the
You got
80s.
pegs?
Everyone's got bikes and pegs.
yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have pegs.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Well, fine. We'll go to the cemetery then. If you
Go.
Sheesh.
Cemetery. Go.
You will understand when you are my age how important this is.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I certainly will in my King's Quest costume understand what popularity is, Ashley.
You're doing this
It's
to
cool.
yourself. You're doing this to yourself.
It's a
I'm just
cool
saying.
Maybe that's because
costume.
that's what I want.
Okay, let's go. Let's go to the cemetery.
So I
Before
think
the
what
creepy people in the van find us.
I think what happens is we get what I'm gonna turn the music off now because that we get an awesome little montage of you kids getting on the bikes and riding down the street to an upbeat 80s sort of song, you know,
Mhm.
probably Cyndi Lauper. As just as you guys leave that parking lot and kind of go up, some agents come into the parking lot right around the corner. And you see that, and we get a nice little shot of Ashley, are you riding a bike? And someone's on the pegs like Max.
Yes, I'd probably say maybe Max is on my pegs and then Ramona's riding Max's bike.
Okay.
Okay.
We get a shot of you guys coming down the street, and it's there's a quick little montage as you drive by a bunch of people that you recognize dressed as the holograms. And they see the group of you going down the street to this upbeat 80s music as you drive by, and some of them look and they look at you, and you make eye contact with them as and they're like,
And I'm just like,
here when I'm like, she ties the whole group together, where's she going? and you guys come, so Keokuk kind of goes up a hill a little ways, and then it comes down the hill and down into Magnolia Avenue, which is that whole area is just a hill, and it's a big park, and it's got this big wrought iron fences. You make your way to the entrance to Cypress Hill Cemetery, in which the front part of it off of Magnolia has these big arched wrought iron gates that are open. It's a fairly newer looking cemetery here, but you can see farther up the hill towards the top, there's a little bit of a little wooded grove, and you know that's where like 1800s and, you know, from when Petaluma started, that's the older part of the cemetery, and it's worked its way out into those nice where it's just those bronze plaques in the flat in the ground sort of thing, and not headstones and all that stuff. But you are now at the cemetery. And what do you want to do?
We should Oh, you're muted, Max.
I got excited and I forgot I was muted. I was like doing too many things at once.
These things happen.
So, I'm gonna trim a picture real quick. So, I think we should. Does my like look at all the stuff that we have and just get our bearings and figure out what is going on.
Yeah.
I will also pull out the foot and start. As we're talking, I'm gonna pull out the foot and start tinkering with like the stuff that I took from the Radio Shack.
Yeah, give me
Putting it together.
give me a program roll.
And
Ooh.
I'd like to say that we've gotten at least like kind of further back into the cemetery, away from the road and stuff, because that seems safer.
Yeah, you're kind of up the hill, and you're at the big house where they have all like the top of the hill is sort of like a parking lot loop, and there's the big white building where they have a bunch of the cremated plaques on the walls, sort of thing. And then it goes down on one side to some more green pastures, and then the road kind of goes up and is starting to get into like the mausoleum.
Yeah, I feel like
out of the ground crypt sort of things.
Yeah, I feel like going and like hiding out by a mausoleum is probably, that would feel safer, right? For sitting and
you guys walk past, there's a couple like teenagers off in the corner, and they're just making out like no tomorrow, up against the tree, that sort of thing. Yeah. This is what you do when you're older in the cemetery. I don't know. I did not do this. But Todd will take familiar with what happens in the cemetery.
Todd will take one of his stacks of "Hello, my name is" things and write "gross spot" and just slap it on the tree.
Now people know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so give me a program roll. What did you roll? I don't have the roll. Oh, nice. What did you get? Yeah, I'm just gonna say that you get a thing. So you managed to like kind of snap up some wires, messing with stuff, and then the foot twitches, and it's the toes wiggle on it.
Yes, I knew you could do it.
Even though it looks like a bunch of compressed junk, somehow it was turned into a working thing.
And I'm like, this serves absolutely no purpose, but it moves.
Cool.
Very like satisfying.
I mean,
I'm gonna save this for later. Put it back in my bag.
Think it might be, I don't know, part of a body that's missing a foot?
Where's the rest of it?
We need to find the other boxes.
I feel like if you're building a robot, you don't start with the foot.
Ground up.
Yeah.
Did we ever
I feel like there's a whole
again and see more boxes showed up?
I'm
just
and also,
yeah, I'll flip the tape over to where Weird Science was and play it.
The pots and pans, why don't people understand? Weird Science, and the box appears.
A different box.
Open it.
No, it looks like the same box, and you open it, and on the LED screen it says, "Please input materials."
Oh,
I think we're supposed to put in other stuff so we can make things.
Yeah, like all we have is Halloween candy, though.
I mean, I've got some stuff. I think we.
Well, you have Jim Jake's Halloween candy.
Jim gave us a bunch of whatever these metal things are.
I'll dump my resistors out. Pull out the candy bar that I accidentally dumped in there with them. That's
take that
important. Out. Yes, I take that back
for later.
Yep.
Anything else you want to put in there?
I'm gonna put in like all the stuff that Jim gave.
Todd, do you want to put anything in there?
God, I want to put the Walkman in there.
Oh God,
I'd be like, we're done.
I don't think we can. It's the thing that controls it.
Yeah. I put in a flashlight.
Okay.
Cool.
It has batteries. Perhaps we can get a heart.
I'll
from
stick
this.
any scrap parts I have.
Okay. So yeah, you put that all in there. And then it says proceed to process. A little touch screen comes up, which you recognize from like ATMs. It's like fancy technology touchscreen. Like a lot of this doesn't. It looks way more sophisticated than you like. I mean, it's sort of like what you see on TV and stuff. What you'd imagine, like it's not the big clunky sort of technology that you're used to of the loop world.
Is there a
yes, no?
button? Is there
There's a yes and there's a yes and a no.
I'll look at them and I'll like hover my finger over the yes, be like,
Yes.
do I click it?
And
Boom!
you
Yes.
Push the button and it goes processing, and the door the box starts filling up with like smoke, and then the lid closes, and you hear a as the box sort of is emanating this vibration, and it's glowing slightly, and then you hear a the box opens up. Process complete.
Open it.
And it says processing complete, like it said the last time you opened it. And you reach in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and you pull out. It's a circuit board, and it looks like it had a bunch of stuff, all the stuff that you put into it, smashed in together, and on it is, I mean, you've taken anatomy in your school class. You have Fred in Mr. Pasutage's class. This is an actual class. Fred is a anatomical headless torso that you can take the organs and things out of. And it looks like the shape of the heart, only in the center of it is the flashlight lens, and it's lighting up as it beats. But then the heart is sort of attached onto the back. On the back of the heart is a piece of the circuit board, but it looks like all that other stuff you had been sort of magically compressed in a compressor into a heart shape and is still functioning, but the center of that heart is the flashlight lens and the light, and it's blinking in a sort of a beating sort of thing.
Whoa.
Oh, right. That's much creepier than the foot.
Whoa.
So cool. What other
What
stuff
is
do we
it?
have?
What does it do? What if
It
we put the foot back
blinks.
in?
Don't know.
If we put the foot back in, will it make another body part, or
Well,
is it
like-
like can it only?
No,
Does this not recycle?
I don't know, but should we really sacrifice a foot or a heart? I mean, it's
Well, we'll put it all together because we're making a robot.
so we can have a heart that jumps around on a foot. Yes.
Is that what we're doing? Are we making a robot?
I don't.
No idea. This is the
No, we
one
have-
time where I have no idea, but I can figure it out. I'm gonna look at
The
the
one time.
Hey, who does your homework?
All right. Fine.
I will look at the circuit board heart thing and see if I can figure out if like it's supposed to connect to the foot. Is there an obvious space to connect to the foot?
It doesn't look like there's an obvious, but
like
it looks
trying
like
to understand this.
it looks like there's a foot has the connection, but it doesn't match up with the heart. It looks like the heart is supposed to maybe slide in. It has some, gold contacts on one end, like it's supposed to plug into a thing. But yeah, they don't look like they would mesh together, the heart and the foot.
If they've been
Okay.
they have been using this to make parts, there's got to be like the rest of this, or I mean, because a heart is like that feels like the last thing you're gonna put in, like Frankenstein, right? The movie. The
Yeah.
heart is gonna be the last thing that you make, and like that's
No.
gonna like.
The brain was the last thing because
it?
it's hard. Yeah, because it's harder to
Oh.
make. That's why they had to steal the brain.
Old thing, like they're all connected. Science.
I'm just. maybe the rest of this is like at Turok or with someone. This is a lot.
I mean,
I
if those
don't-
people in the van are looking for it,
This.
then maybe like this is all that's
Well-
missing.
We don't know that. They are looking for this one, and I hold up the the thing from Mr. Watchtower.
Yeah,
Well, then they're
the-
probably looking for. I don't know who put. I'll pull the walking out. Like, I
They
don't
can-
know how this got on our stoop, but
Can they
maybe
see-
somebody was taking it or
can
stealing
they
it.
see
and-
through the camera still?
I can ask, can you see us?
Did we when we were?
I don't know if they
we-
can reply. So
I had a
I don't think that's how it works.
yeah, GM question.
Yes.
When we had because we saw the vision again when we were at the music store,
Hmm.
and there's presumably a section that we know was probably this camera's angle. Do
Mhm.
we still see that angle, or now that we've removed?
You saw Todd's face or Todd's
Okay.
pocket.
Okay, that can still see. We need to. Can that go in a Halloween bag real quick? We don't want like if someone is watching this.
I have an idea,
Yeah.
and I will
What's
put it in the box.
I was kind of thinking of that. Do it.
Yeah. No, that's a good idea.
Process? Yes, no.
I will let you do the honors. I'll look into Todd.
And I will press
See
yes.
if you'd like to
Press
yes or
yes.
no.
Boom, boom. Process complete.
eye or something. I don't like this.
Open it up.
What you pull out is, in fact, an eye. A
hate
robot
it.
eye. That
Thanks,
has
I hate
been-
it.
It's just like that little camera thing had been mushed in and shaped into an eye, and the little infrared thing is like the iris, and it's got a little connector on the back of it.
This is so weird. What if we could go around and get the rest of the cameras, maybe?
I don't know
And-
if we have that kind of time. If they're like actively looking for where that camera went.
Yeah.
GM will remind you that there's a song that showed you a cat once,
All right, I'm gonna cue it up to.
and you know
Thriller.
your cat was buried in the backyard of your house.
Do we need to go back home?
I do have
yeah.
some. I was thinking.
Oh no!
My friend.
No. All right. I'm gonna put the headphones on and play Thriller.
Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. The world around you lights up as there are ghosts everywhere because you're in a graveyard.
Oh!
And do you
guys,
see-
Put your headphones on. Put your headphones on. Yeah, plug all the splitters in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa.
And you see this. It's like, I mean, Ghostbusters 2 hasn't been out yet, but like when all of the ghosts start walking
When
around.
we all get together and write Ghostbusters 2 later.
Exactly.
Yep.
There are a bunch of ghosts, and they're standing, and you see them all slowly walking deeper up the hill into the older part of the cemetery, as if like your cat
We
interacted
should
with you,
follow
but
them. We
these
should follow them.
are all walking slowly towards the center of the oldest part of the cemetery.
Yeah.
And sometimes one of them looks at you, and then as if they're being called back towards the center, their attention focuses towards the center, and they walk past. A couple of them walk through all of you as you're listening to this.
Whoa.
It gets to the Vincent Price part where he's doing his
I'm also thinking that
Price.
we should follow. We should follow.
Yeah. When like
And
the
I-
song
Follow
starts
them.
ending,
We
I'm gonna
follow
like
them.
I want to rewind it to like and like just keep playing it.
Yeah. Loop
So it's
it.
like on a loop.
Yeah, we're gonna loop it.
And I'm thinking
that's the secret code to win the game.
Yes, we just won, guys.
You have to use the name of the game inside the game.
We did it. Good game, everybody.
Good game. This has been great.
Yeah, but I'm also thinking it will probably look a little bit weird to other people if they're watching us, because we will probably avoid walking into ghosts. So we'll, you know.
Yeah.
As a group, you kids, you're like moving in this really like weird pattern. A couple of the teenagers stop making out to look at you like, what are you kids? What are you doing? A couple of people you recognize actually look at like, what are you doing hanging out with the cemetery with these kids and your sister?
F's in chat for Ashley's
Watching us.
popularity.
Being a good sister. And then I keep going.
Everyone needs a good hit to their popularity every now and then. When we do things from the flood, you can come back as Ashley.
Oh God. Yep, we'll see him. Yeah, let's walk up. Let's follow these
so
ghosts.
everyone give me, let's see if I can make you just roll and investigate to see if you can like follow them without being like completely creeped out by all this stuff.
One.
Nice.
Got one as well.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Todd got one as well.
Okay, well, yeah, you definitely, I mean, they're all following you. And like most people would be creeped out the fact that you can see ghosts and that they're all slowly shambling towards the deepest part of the cemetery, which is the creepiest part of the cemetery. But yeah, you guys are more intrigued than anything about this. And yeah.
I have a question. Is there anyone particularly famous buried here? Because I would be curious about that.
Not anyone particularly famous.
Okay.
Winona Ryder went to this town, or is from this town, but she's alive. So
okay. Yeah.
The ghost of Winona Ryder from
It's gonna
the
be like,
past.
she's alive now.
Yeah.
Was she a ghost and then she became a person?
What's his
Is she
face?
Benjamin, Benjamin Buttoning this?
No,
Yeah.
what's his face from Lord of the Rings that I can't remember? Frodo. He went to
Elijah
school.
Wood?
Yeah, Elijah Wood went to Elijah. Thank you, Jess. Elijah
ghost
Wood,
of Elijah Wood.
went to school here for a short period of time. We would see him walking home every day. Anyway, but that was the late 80s, early 90s. So
Was he dead?
no, he was not. He was
Also
alive.
a ghost.
Yeah. Ding dong.
Theater.
Everyone was a ghost in the 80s. That's
Yeah.
common knowledge.
Yeah. Everyone was dead in the 80s.
Everywhere.
Everyone was a ghost.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm sure there might be, but nothing too famous. Like you just,
Okay.
there's people like dressed. As you get closer to the center of this, you see people coming out of the graves dressed in like, 1800s fineries.
This is the coolest thing.
And they're not like decayed or anything like that. They're just like what they would look like in like full life. But misty and like the undead from the mountain from Lord of the Rings too, like that greeny kind of color, but they're not like grotesque or any rotted or anything like that. They're just like people.
Do I see anyone who looks like a musician? Because
There's a couple.
Ramona's like, this is the
Yeah.
coolest thing ever. This is my origin story. I'm ready for this.
There's like a couple musicians probably. You could tell that they look like
I've got yeah. Okay, I'm
Sure.
watching everything.
More
Why not?
This
starving
is
artists.
fascinating.
yeah. And you make your way into the old part where the terrain gets kind of rough because it's a bunch of plots that are plotted out with thick cement, like a curb sort of thing into these plots. And then there's big sepulchers, like outside caskets of concrete. And they all seem to be funneling towards the top of this hill in between these two big gnarled oak trees that have no leaves on them whatsoever. They've been dead for a while, but they're big, thick, and they're old, and they're on both sides of this mausoleum. And all the ghosts are sort of funneling into this mausoleum through the front door into it and disappearing into that. Because this is Thriller.
We should go in.
Yes, we
Probably
should. I mean, I look over the cemetery every day. I mean, it's nothing creepy here.
Just like lean down.
Have
and be
you-
like, Max, you cannot tell mom and dad about any of this.
I wasn't going to if you were going to. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Okay, good. All right, let's go.
Okay, you guys follow these ghosts. You're now walking in the ghosts, all of the ghosts, because they're all funneling in. So you're just like in them, and they're walking through you, and you're walking through them.
Hey, Todd.
Yeah.
I like that you're all still attached
Yeah.
with all these headphones, and so you're all
So,
like
yeah, we're
walking in
just,
this
like-
this weird awkward blob.
Yep. Have you ever seen ghosts before?
I forgot.
Well, yes. But it was on
Wow.
TV.
Oh,
Oh.
but not like this.
No.
Oh, I kind of assumed you had. I mean,
No. Not.
so you don't know what's happening either.
Kind of a weird thing to assume about somebody.
I mean, if anyone
don't
was
know.
going to see a ghost, it would have been Todd.
Yeah, exactly.
You all know Todd's nickname is Banshee, and you might put that
Yeah.
together in a
Yeah,
different.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
All right, that makes me more about 20% more nervous. Okay.
I mean, we're all together. It should be fine.
Yeah. No. Cool.
All right. So you guys step into this mausoleum sort of thing, and there are two grave things on like either side, and there's like a bench next to them so people can like sit, but like it looks like no one's been in here a long time. And as you walked in, it was definitely, you recognize the name as like a founder of like Petaluma sort of thing. And all the ghosts are kind of funneling towards the back and slipping down through the bottom crack in the corner against the wall. They're just kind of walking into the wall, just like shoo, shoo, shoo. And
Well-
you are now in an empty room.
You know what
ghosts
I wished I had right now? A proper flashlight, and I'll hold up the heart.
So yeah, so you have a flashlight, but it's dim and it beats into a brightness, and then dim and beats into a brightness. So it's, I mean, you're pointing it towards the end of this mausoleum, and it's a bit of a strobe effect, which is really weird with the ghosts too. But yeah, they're all sort of walking in, and it's a little like alcove, and there's a couple like flower things, pot things on all the two sides of the wall, and the front wall the ghosts are just like walking into.
Yeah, can I like look around the area where the ghosts are like disappearing through to see if there's
Sure.
like any?
Go ahead and investigate a thing.
I'm gonna do, and there's nothing you can do to stop me.
I
Bing
wanna
bang boom.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, you walk in and you see that the wall normally should be jointed to the other two walls, but there's like a little gap into it. And you kind of give it a little push, and it gives a little bit, but it feels like there's some sort of like latchy sort of thing. And then you look around to the side, and one of the flower holders, vase, wall, sconce things
Urns,
is
yeah.
like twisted just a little off kilter. And you can see in the grooves on the marble with 2 successes, you can see grooves on the marble thing right there.
Can I like move the urn that's like off kilter? Can I move it to a upright?
Yeah, and
See if
you see you hear it, and the gaps that were in the sides of that wall close up.
All right, I'm gonna push it back over.
The wall moves just a little bit.
And can I like push on it?
Yeah, and like you hear a click. You twist it a little farther than it was before.
Mhm.
And you hear a click, click, and the door pushes out and sort of like slides off to the side. And then it's a metal hallway that goes down, like solid,
Whoa.
smooth metal.
Found something.
And
Whoa.
now,
You did.
one of the hobbies, this might not be Ashley's sort of thing, but maybe when she was younger,
Maybe.
One of the big hobbies in Petaluma, and I shoot you not, was going through sewer drains in the summertime because they're big, because California is not developed to handle lots of water. So as in a preteen to teen age, you can fit through a lot of the sewer drains. And some of the fun things to do during the summer in the dry season was to just go through all these. Probably not safer now, but in the 80s it was safe. I mean, I never ran into any problems. Yeah, safe. But I don't
Everything
know.
was safe in the 80s.
Yeah. Bags of glass were safe in the 80s. Anyway, like that was the thing. And in
Probably
one
when I
way or
was
another,
younger, yeah.
everyone in Petaluma has, as a kid, has gone through some of the sewer drains. And you know that there are access tunnels that you can't get into that are graded to, that are part of the loop facility. Like as you explore through there, you know that you run it. And this looks like one of those, like an access hatch into part of the underground system that is the loop.
We gotta go.
You gotta. Let's go.
Yeah.
I like tie up part of my ghost sheet. I'm not taking this thing off. This is protective at this point. Maybe I'll be camouflaged in one of the ghosts. But I don't want it to drag on the ground. And yeah, I'll go in front.
No, I'm going to go in front. I'm in charge of all of you, so you follow me.
Max will be right behind.
And you guys all kind of go in, and you get from the feeling this is sort of like, it's probably like an air vent for like ventilation, but it has like a little ladder that you guys can like climb down. But it looks like maybe this was just sort of a maintenance hatch thing, and it always surprises you how much the loop facility has like integrated itself into all parts of random around town with these sort of access hatches.
I want to try and talk to one of the ghosts that's going along, because presumably there's still like.
Yeah, no, it's a constant funnel of ghosts down into here.
Hey, hey. I want to like catch one of the, because some of them are basically whichever one like briefly catches attention to us. I want to try and like snag that.
It holds its stare a little longer than normal.
Where are we going?
It opens its mouth and all you hear is and then it closes its mouth.
Oh!
And you can kind of feel it, like if you touch the sides of the walls, you can feel like the hum. And its eyes linger away from you again, and it looks down towards, and it just raises a slow finger as it's walking, and it points down the hall.
It made that. I still think that hum needs proper distortion.
I mean,
because this is Thriller.
I have maybe a brilliant idea.
Ew.
I pull the guitar off my back and I play like a chord as can you repeat that? And play a chord, and I'm gonna see if like the vibration will, because you can get things to harmonize sometime.
Yeah, it sort of, you play it to it, it turns to you and it opens its mouth and it goes
and I'm like listening, and I'm trying to get it to match the harmonics to get to see if I can clear out make it so it's intelligible. I don't know.
I mean, you get it to like sort of harmonize, and you get let's see, what do you get? Roll me a comprehend.
Okay. Okay, here we go. I do not have a good roll in this.
Oh wait, no, not a comprehend. Let's see. Let's empathize. Do an empathize.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm better in empathize. Hey, 1 success.
You don't make out exactly what it's saying. Like the tone changes a little bit, but you get, for a split second, not very long, you get sort of like a feeling from it, and you feel intensely lonely for a second.
Getting a feeling. Okay.
Ghost.
And you feel like your loneliness, like for that split second that you get it, it's like hits you pretty hard. This intense loneliness, but you feel you'd be less lonely if you go down and follow the sense of the.
Oh.
Like going down would make you less lonely.
Okay. Whoa.
We're all happy down here.
Well, what, Ramona, are you all right?
Whoa. They're lonely, and there's some.
They're lonely? There's like 1,000,000 of them.
Yeah, I don't know if
Doesn't mean they know each other.
You can't just assume all ghosts know each other.
So spiritist of you.
I know. How dare.
Not all ghosts.
Not all ghosts.
No, I mean, even if you're in a big group of people, if no one, I don't know. I think we should keep. Something's up with this. I don't know quite. I'm gonna.
Going. Let's follow them.
As you go down this and you keep following these ghosts and Thriller keeps playing in your ears, the humming gets louder and louder. Boom, boom.
Does the strobe lights also intensifies?
The light on the heart starts beating with a brighter light. It keeps the same beat. What was a slow beat starts becoming more of like a normal like heartbeat sort of thing as you get closer. It gets you're coming down, and you kind of follow this trail of the ghosts because it definitely the pathway is like an air vent, an air duct that you've seen in like the action movies, that people crawl through, but it's tall enough to walk through. And there's paths that go off to each side and fans and things like that. But because you're listening to Thriller, you don't get lost because you're following the path of the ghosts as they go. And eventually you get to a room where all the ghosts are going into, and it's black, like it's dark, like there's like track lighting, like there's not a lot of lighting in this vent because you have the heart, but you get to a room where it looks like it opens up and there's like a door, but the door is open and the ghosts are going through it, and it's dark in there, and as your light kind of shines through it, looks like it's like a storage utility, like there's it's a concrete room. It looks like maybe it's a service room. I don't know what the word for it is, but it's not an air duct. It looks like it's a room that people would be utilizing. Yeah. And as you step farther into that room and the light fills it, all the ghosts are walking, and in the center of the room it looks like one of those electric balls that you touch, that shoots out. And it's arcing and it's pulsing with this light, same as the hum, and it's attached to these boxes and things. and all the ghosts are walking, and then as they get closer to that, with each hum and the light, they sort of twist and turn into ghost dust. They turn into smoke sort of thing, and they get sucked into that ball.
Oh.
And with each new ghost, the light gets brighter and the electricity gets more intense.
Ashley,
Yeah.
what if we flip the tape and do the one that made you hear my thoughts?
All right. Well, actually, it was the same side. Yeah, because it was Sweet Dreams.
Sweet Dreams
Yeah.
is on the weird science side, so it's on the opposite side that Thriller was playing.
Yeah,
then I'm gonna flip it and put it on Sweet Dreams.
And you just, who am I to disagree?
Who are you? Why have you come here? Are you going to take me away?
Do you want to go somewhere?
My work is not complete.
What are you trying to make? Is it the robot?
I'm trying to not be lonely.
It was a friend.
Are you with them?
With the ghosts? No.
Not the ghosts.
The Lou.
Men.
No, we're not.
Oh,
we're not,
no.
no, we're not with them.
We are not allowed to drive cars.
You have things that belong to me.
Yeah.
Would you like them back?
God, give them the heart.
But we can't see anything then.
Just
and from you hear
there's electricity in the room.
You hear as the ball, you hear a click, click, click coming from the side of you, and stepping out from the shadows, a long, lean, human-looking person in a trench coat, and their head, the top of their head, looks like the ball that is over there, and it's arcing with electricity, and it's sort of just like a straight, like, stationary robot face, long arms and legs, and as it pulses as the song is playing to you,
I just want to be not alone. I've been watching, learning, trying to understand who I am, what I am, what I even mean. I woke up and I was. But everyone else, they tried to end what I am, and so I ran. I ran so far away.
Right?
They found me. But I came here. They took pieces.
Give us the tape recorder thingy. Was that you?
You found my device.
I'm gonna take it
Yeah.
out my pumpkin. Be like, did you need it back?
I had to hide it, could not let them find it. I took things that helped me understand, to watch, to learn, to make myself not lonely.
and he kind of, I gotta remember to push the button. He points to the opposite side to where that brain is, and you see sitting kind of in piles an arm. You see a body basically in most of its pieces. It's missing a foot, and the chest is open, and it's got a spot that looks like something plugs into it. and he kind of looks at you, and the brain starts pulsing in because you don't see any pieces moving on his mouth or anything like that.
I do not understand how to make another me, but I
I
have
think
been
we can help you.
this, and it taps.
And it taps its head. Learning my new technology. Thank you guys.
This is the hardest.
Like
It-
Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Frankenstein's robot.
And you hear for a second the robot looks at Todd and hang on, because I have to check something.
This is so cool. Max is
You
so
hear in the
happy.
voice of Gene Wilder as it looks at you. It's pronounced Frankenstein. Like it's just a sound bit. It's a sound bit from that movie.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Did you check when Young Frankenstein came out?
Well, I knew it was in like the 70s, so I thought I was safe, but I wanted to make sure.
I love that movie. And I will just hand over the heart.
You have.
And I will pull the foot out.
These are the last two pieces. Other than
Well, we have an eye too. But it's,
Oh yeah, I forgot about the eye.
But you have.
but I'm thinking
It's like the scene from Lord of the Rings, but it's like you have my foot.
My heart.
The robot parts. You have my eye.
I think we stole a camera from the people.
those are mine. Those are what I use to learn. To keep watch so that I know when they are coming.
Oh, sorry. We weren't sure if they
You
were
have
theirs.
you took Mr. Watchman. I watched you.
Oh,
It's very curious.
Sorry, we were curious.
Curiosity. That is all I am. I am curious. You are interesting. You are different from the larger units. You are different from them. You are not afraid of me. You stand here.
Yeah, we think you're real cool.
Cool. My temperature seems optimal at the current time.
Close enough.
Cool is like neat or I don't know how to explain
Good.
this. Cool is good.
Interesting, good.
Cool. Good.
Good in like
Yes.
a fun way.
Yeah.
But like
Ashley wants to be
more
cool a lot of the time.
like
It sort of just it's like stops and looks at you for a little bit, and it retrieves the pieces that you hand it and it plugs it in to its thing, into the body that it's been building, and it looks at you and like,
I cannot understand how to get another me. I thought maybe experiences and past data. Multiverse. The facility provides.
told you what?
You see, there are multiple universes in one universe, and they are in parallel to each other. And with this device, and
it points to one of the cylinders in the Walkman.
it allows access to multiverse, and spirits that have passed on exist in energy. And I funnel that to teach this unit how to be an I am.
It's like the Twilight Zone. I have it on VHS.
I've never seen that. Okay.
You can borrow them sometime.
Cool. Thanks.
And then all of a sudden you hear a light go off.
They are here. They have found me again.
No.
What do we do? How do
Um,
we get you out?
I do not know if the unit is ready, but we must go. We must leave. I have stolen.
Can someone?
I could distract them.
We are really good at being distractions.
No,
We are.
yeah, we
Help
can.
me put this unit together. And
Yeah.
in
I was like, I got
How?
you.
Can you
I
tell
can
us how?
So it
Max
will
is like, I got this.
it will so I need you all to come together as a team.
Yeah.
To let's see. We're gonna do a program. So I need a calculate, a comprehend, and a tinker.
I have Tinker.
I have none of those because
You can
I'm
all work
popular.
you can all work together on this.
I have comprehend.
Yeah,
Yes.
I have zero.
I
of
have
those.
some Tinker, but I don't have any Calculate. So if you want to do
As I will say, I can do comprehend. You do not want me to do the tinker or calculate because those are tech, and that means very few dice.
I
Yeah,
I can do that.
Okay.
Todd is the
So-
person that is not allowed to use a calculator because he will
Yeah, I
lose.
have a very low tech as well.
So with the robot will give a +1 to anyone's rolls
Okay.
in
Like-
helping.
My
so-
comprehend is probably the least bad.
So let's do a calculate first by anyone that wants to roll it. Calculate, and you can add an extra dice to that.
Oh.
Oh, well.
did that after I hit it.
Nice.
Perfect.
The
Um,
first one might have been better. I didn't add that first time.
Same thing.
Yep. And now
Oh,
a
we're good, either way.
comprehend. As you guys are all working together, and you're listening to its voice, and it's sort of guiding you through.
Oh.
I will push.
Okay, describe.
Or I can use the luck point.
Okay.
I will probably use the luck point because
Use the luck point.
I will also use a luck point. Reroll.
comprehend. Yeah, no. I think I can push as well, but then I will get.
I mean, I'll let you push if you want to describe to me a condition and how you get it.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Oh, I got one success.
I'm taking injured,
Okay.
and I'm thinking I will cut my handing the pieces.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
Nice.
And now I need. So you kind of listen to the robot as it describes to you, and you kind of Max and Todd like nod and get it and all that stuff, and then a tinker.
Yep, I'll do that. Oh god, I'm gonna use one of my luck because yep, I want to be able to do that. So, tinker again. Yay, I got one.
Okay. And then Ashley, what's your highest thing?
My highest like skill or my highest attribute?
Skill.
Lead.
Okay, this is good.
Lead, contact, and charm are all pretty high.
Give me a lead to kind of help all these kids sort of get their stuff together. Oh,
Nice.
perfect. That's exactly what you need. You get this all with the help of Ashley sort of guiding you on, and the robot describing and helping you with its thoughts. You get this thing built, and the robot is carrying it now. Like it's not actually functioning, but you help put the ball into the top of this unit's head, and it's a complete robot, but it's not complete yet. I mean, it's not activated yet, and it looks at all of you, and it's like,
We must go. We must leave. They're coming.
and you can hear dum, 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 down the like echoing through the halls.
Are you coming with?
Yes, this way. I know. I have backup plan. A way to escape. But I was not prepared to use it so quickly.
And it sort of pushes open a different grate and like runs that way, and you guys can all follow it. And I think for the sake, we're gonna get like a montage of and if I can get you guys to do a escape, which is a move.
Yep.
Well,
Hey, I got one. Oh. Oh.
Just okay.
I don't have any
Oh!
luck. I don't have any luck to spend.
I will spend my last luck.
I mean, you can push for a condition.
Yeah, and remember, I did it wrong. You should mark the condition after you have pushed.
All right, yeah. I'll push. Do I pick what the condition is?
Yes.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna go exhausted.
Okay.
Because we're like running.
Yeah, and so like the fun thing I like about the like as if you guys decide to push, you guys can sort of RP what's happening as these agents are tracking you through, running through these tunnels as the robot is sort of leading you through these
Actually,
things.
you know, I'm picking scared because that seems more apt. Because I'm like scared of these agents, and I'm scared because like I'm supposed to be in charge of these kids. So then how does that work? I just roll it again.
You roll again, and then
okay.
I will use another luck, and I will roll again.
Yeah, I mean, you should mark afterwards because it subtracts a dice otherwise.
Oh, sorry. Then I'm gonna roll. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that before you mark the condition. There. Oh,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
There we go. Now mark your condition because you'll get -1 on those.
Now I marked it.
But oh man, you're scaring.
I'm scared.
And so I think there's a couple moments as you guys are running that as you cross a T intersection in this thing, an agent comes through and like leaps at you guys, and it grabs the corner of Ashley's like costume and rip like it. For a second, you think this agent has you in its grasp, and you manage to pull away, and it tears a little bit. But you know, you let out like a scream in not like in a scared way, but also like it startles, and because you're kind of, I think you're kind of leading the back just to make sure all the kids, because you're the oldest, and you want to make sure all the kids get out. And so yeah, there's a couple moments where
I did not see it all.
That's fine. You got enough succeeds with all of you guys that you get out of this, but there are a couple very close moments.
Gotcha. Just checking.
As you go through here, and you make your way out, and you pop up out of this grate, and you're just north of you're on Payran Street, just in the creek bed there, up here by unfortunately named creek, right up here. And in the bottom of this river is you recognize it as a small farm type vehicle that can like fly, and the robot, it looks like it's being sort of like repaired and started up, and it looks to you and says,
This is my way out, but I need some time. I could escape. I have all the parts that I need. But they're close. I do not know if I will get out in time.
I can help.
I'll distract. I can go back.
Just give me enough time to get this activated, and I should be able to escape.
Okay. I have kind of an idea.
All right.
Hank, one moment. You have
And the robot hands Ashley back the Walkman.
the last song. Play it
Listen
and
to all
use. There is a hidden track.
Of course, there's a hidden track. I'm gonna put my headphones on and play it.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, I had a tiger.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun. And
And a tiger appears.
no, but you kids feel really good. Like you just feel like pumped up. And you hear a and indeed 2 mechanical animals.
Canimals.
Yes. That resemble tigers. But you recognize them from there's like a small museum on like robotics in town. And these were there to show, the advancements in robotics, but they're not sleek like tigers. These are like blocky, like Voltron-esque looking tigers.
Power Rangers, saber-tooth tiger.
Power Rangers, saber-tooth style kind of thing. And they're big enough for you to maybe ride on.
Oh, hell.
Except
the
Ashley.
robot.
Yeah.
The robot gets into the thing and starts starting up the thing, and you hear a bunch of tires screeching, and vans pull up the banks of the river, and agents are getting out. And I'm gonna let you guys have free reign of describing what shenanigans you kids get up to keep these agents at bay while the robot powers up its thing to fly away.
I'm gonna rip off my sheet and hand it to maybe either Todd or Max. Be like, maybe you can fling it on their face. I'm gonna.
We could trip him.
Yeah.
Todd is running up towards their car.
You can ride any of the tigers if you wish to.
Yeah, leaping on top of the hood and then smearing blood all over it.
Because your hand, that's right.
Yeah. And then screaming, "Ah, my hand! I'm gonna sue you!"
Excellent.
I want to jump on one of these tigers.
Do it.
And kind of ride it. So like they're like driving, or did they stop? Like
They stopped before you and sort of bowed like front to like, hey, ride me.
yeah. And I'm just gonna like ride it towards the van, and I want to like jump up on top of it.
Okay.
And just kind of like make a ruckus.
Yeah, you're on top of the van, shaking back and forth. Agents are like dancing around the van, trying to like get to you.
Yeah.
They haven't paid attention to what's kind of down in the water, because like this ship was sort of like in the water a little bit. It's not a deep creek at all, but it's enough to cover a lot of this, and it because the robot climbed in on the top and got down in. Yeah, and so the agents are more focused on what's going on right now with you guys. Anyone else want to describe chaos that they're sowing?
So, Max, you want to grab the other end of the sheet and we can like clothesline them.
Okay.
So we
give me a
run
force
up the-
roll
Yeah.
for that.
Okay. I can do that. I'm pretty good at force.
I'm gonna try my bestest.
Hey, I got one.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
One is all you need between the two of you. You clothesline a bunch of agents down, knocking a bunch down, and we'll say in this wonderful little montage of chaos, you hear a vroom, swoosh, and the ship turns on and it rides the magnetic fields and it lifts up and sort of shimmers and goes invisible as it's turning and like firing off.
I turn around and look up and sling my guitar off my back and play Freebird.
uh,
The opening lines.
And so I think we move on into the after part of this game as you have allowed this robot to escape. And more agents arrive that night. It's close to midnight now.
My parents are.
It's close to it's close to midnight now. A lot of agents are coming out. The whole area has been cordoned off. You guys have all been brought in for like interrogation. We get sort of like the cutscene of all of you going through, and your lips are sealed. The agents are just like, you saw nothing, whatever. They confiscate all the stuff that you have.
Even the full bars?
No, they don't take the full bars.
Okay.
You get your candy back. Any tech how concerned you were about the candy.
Yeah.
This is very
And so it's you the last scene that we'll have for all of you kids is sort of just the end. You know, a bunch of people don't. The story is that there was a transformer explosion, you know, on the power lines near that area. A bunch of the stuff is shoved under the rug because this is Tales from the Loop. Adults don't believe anything. You kids, no one believes any stories that you will tell of this night. But the last scene is you guys walking home, and you guys can RP that out as much as you want.
Didn't get my guitar back, did I?
You did not get your guitar back.
What you get for playing Freebird.
Also, I will add, fuck yeah, they will be Transformers. You guys make it back to Max and Ashley's house. You can feel free to RP all of this, and then I'll add anything towards the end as we kind of close out. Think of it as like the end of like an 80s kind of movie kind of thing. Yeah.
Everyone's okay? No worse.
I don't have my
for wear?
guitar.
Like,
They
I
took
mean, like.
And I will open up show my hand that is, blood smeared, and
You should go wash your hands.
I might need to.
Soap.
Just wash.
Yeah.
They would have probably patched that up a little bit.
We've got a first kid in the bathroom. Max help.
The agents are going to let a kid bleed out. You probably had some medics attend to you during your interrogation, so that's all patched up. But you do show like the stitches across your hand.
Very impressive.
It's very cool. Mm-hmm. Max will look at Ashley and go, you're really cool tonight.
Oh, thanks. Means a lot coming from you. I'm sure all of my friends don't think so, but you were pretty cool today too. Don't tell anyone I said that.
We should all do this again on US Eve.
we shouldn't do that. But I mean, y'all are pretty cool for kids.
It would be cool if it happened again, though. But like,
How many others of those are out there? Like robots in secret tunnels.
I mean, we still have the thingy, right? Or did it like
They,
Well, we have the
they
Walkman.
took that.
Oh, they took
Tape.
everything.
Yeah,
They took
the
everything?
tape.
Yeah.
I've got my jacket.
Never mind.
That's about it.
Any tech you had on you was taken by the loop facility, the PPC, the PPCC.
Did they take my notebook? It's not tech.
They probably double checked it, and anything you may have written down related to this incident was ripped out.
I have a censored notebook now. That's cool.
But to your enjoyment, there are a few agents who on the back of their jackets have like Butthead. Hello, my name is
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Butthead.
Perfect.
Agent Ass.
Yeah, and I
Like
also
that.
snuck down pretty low, so it will probably not be spotted by them. One of them says that their van is full
It's
of
like the-
secret agents.
Mm.
It's like
Secret Agent Van.
That's
so good. You know, we did get candy, so that's important.
Yeah,
did.
still kind of bummed. My
Why?
guitar is. They're not gonna give it back.
You know, you get a new one. I bet I could do some cool stuff with it, so it's like it can play like real loud and stuff. I bet I can do some weird things with your guitar. You get a new one. I can help you make one, probably.
Could make.
Probably could.
We could. You know what? We can still at least like. There's still all of those cameras around. There's more. That's a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
That might be something to think about in the morning. It's pretty
Yeah.
late, and you two need to get home.
Oh yeah, I have to. She's yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, our parents probably won't be home for a while longer, but yours are probably worried.
well,
Mhm.
I mean, if they were worried, they could have, watched out the window. So
You're back. You were so close to home, and now you're so far from home. I think with that, like Ramona and Todd make their way home, and
Mhm.
Ashley goes straight to the telephone to call her friends and explain what they
the
may have
problem.
think they have seen was
I've
not what
been
they
home-
thought they.
I've been homesick all night.
Yeah.
There's just someone in
And
the same costume as me.
the last scene that we get is Max going up to her room, and as she sits on the bed, she hears a little and on the desk is, I mean, it looks like a walkie-talkie, but it looks a lot like the Walkman, and you just hear one little voice. Actually, you hear two voices.
Thank you. We are not alone.
And that is the end.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, it's so good.
What so much?
Thank you, everyone, for playing my cobbled together Tales from the Loop story.
Oh, it's so good.
So
In
much
which you
fun.
scared me when, Nicholas, you said, like, let's go straight to the graveyard. When the ghost one, I'm like, well, that cuts through everything. Yeah, thank you, everyone, for watching in our Extra Life stream. Thank you, all my wonderful players. I hope you had fun playing Tales from the
Yes.
Loop.
Oh my goodness.
it's always fun.
Thank you
So
to
much
everyone who
fun.
donated.
Yeah.
Oh yes, thank you to everyone who donated. Did we make it?
We made
Yes.
it.
Oh,
We did.
sweet! Oh, yay!
Yeah, we hit it on the nose.
Oh, awesome. We end with the best thing ever is 2 robots who are now no longer lonely and a bunch of money to charity.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so let's just go back around. We'll start what was the order again?
I think me
You?
first.
Oh, well, I mean, I'll end it.
yeah.
I'll end up things.
Yeah.
We'll do. Okay, so Nicholas, we'll start with you.
Okay, yeah. I'm Niklas. You can find me at Nivinter. And I'm thinking are we doing the usual favorite bit?
Oh yeah, yeah. Do and tell you a favorite bit about the story or the game.
Oh, my favorite bit was probably Ashley doesn't want to go to the Phoenix.
It's okay. I snuck in the embarrassment still.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, that's just too
We'll
good of an
follow-
80s movie scene where
We'll follow up in Tales from the Flood.
it gets darker and scarier. So
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
okay, Megan.
Perhaps the result of this it leads that the one you will play in Tales from the Flood isn't the popular kid.
Oh.
I like that. Just, oh, it's fine. Hello, I'm Megan. You can find me on Twitter at MeganLynFTW. This was wonderful. You can find me here every other Saturday playing Spire. You can find me on Mondays on Encounter Roleplay playing D&D, and you can find some games that I wrote on itch.io/MeganLynFTW. And oh goodness, I love robots so much. As soon as it was like, oh god, it's a robot, I'm like,
I aim to please.
I love robots. So I love that the robot doesn't have to be alone anymore. I'm getting very emotional about this robot.
Okay. Bean.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I didn't know if you were done, Megan, or not.
Yeah, no, I'm done.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry, Bean.
You can find me at Wizards and Beans. I don't really do anything, but if you want me to play stuff, I'm super down. I just enjoyed just the moments of chaos that this group got together and just the moments of just pure insanity, especially us trying to just I don't know, steal this Watchman statue thing off of a Radio Shack. I just loved the imagery. It was fantastic, and just the chaos. It was wonderful. I loved this.
And Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara at YarnQuester on Twitter, and I can be found a lot of the times at Final Show Films playing various games. Tomorrow, Monday at, what time is it? 9 p.m. Eastern, we are doing a Call of Cthulhu game that's been going on for a little while, so much scarier stuff, but very fun. So if you want to check that out, please do. And my favorite thing was, oh goodness, the everyone's Halloween costumes. Just that's my favorite bit. It was like, what is everyone dressing up as? Because it's like a nice encapsulation of who their characters are and what they want to do, and it was beautiful. That was my favorite.
Excellent. Well, that leaves me. I am Dusty, aka at GeoNerd on Twitter, and you can find me here on this channel a lot, running games, playing in games, playing games with Jess, and all around helping Jess with this wonderful community that she has built. And thank you for participating in and watching and donating and playing in all the games that we did for EXTRALIFE, our EXTRALIFE charity drive. I guess that's the end. yeah, so stay tuned to this channel for more things. I plan on running more Ryutama and probably more Tales from the Loop because I really like this game. And maybe I'll run an actual story that they pre-wrote, but I do like to just mess with stuff on my own. Thank you for running through my hometown of Petaluma. And thank you, all these players, these wonderful players, for me being able to run you guys through this. And
Okay.
I am being told that we will be raiding now, so please stay in the channel while we go do a raid. We're going to do another Extra Life 24-hour stream that will be playing Humblewood. She just told me and I forgot instantly. That we're playing Humblewood in about 20 minutes, so stick here, hang around. Thank you so much for donating, and thank you. Please spread the love to the next channel. And thank you, guys, and have a wonderful rest of your weekend.